but I'm just saying, when given the opportunity to wait an additional 3 hours, that is one that I will take every time.
So what time do you normally go to bed then?
That's my brain stops moving around midnight, so post midnight I can't really do anything.
Midnight?
Yeah, around 12 o'clock I hit that wall and my brain just turns to mush, but then like I end up staying up just kind of mushy brained until 3:30 or 4 usually. So it's a waste of 4 hours. Don't get me wrong, it's like a total waste of
Sounds
time.
like a lot.
Yeah,
completely.
Sounds like a lot of waste of time, man.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'll just be like sitting in my bed like staring at a screen, like it's exactly what you were talking about earlier, Alan, where you were saying that you wanted to get rid of your phone, because like I will just waste 4 hours in the middle of the night, and then I will wake up way too late and get nothing done the next day. And it's a problem. I understand it is a problem. I may need some help with it, but it is the life that I've chosen to live.
I'm getting rid of it Monday. I'm going to go sell this thing and get a flip phone just for calls and text messages. That is it.
It's like my grandma.
There you go. I'm going to be just like Ryan's grandma.
Yeah. Did everybody just hear that? I want everybody to acknowledge what Alan just said. He is going to get rid of his smartphone and get a flip phone.
You're going to be so like, God damn it.
I know there will be pain in the beginning, but it'll be for the best.
Trying to text somebody, fucking JKL.
Do they still make
such a pain in the ass?
like they're still making new flip phones, or are you gonna get like a flip phone from like 2011?
I don't know. I think they still make them actually. There's new ones. So
Okay.
I don't text that much anyways. So like if somebody texts me, I call them immediately afterwards. So normally.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
I'm kind of the same way, to tell you the truth. I just want to get that shit
what
done.
What the hell? If I wanted to talk to you, I would have called you.
Yeah, Ryan's done that a couple times. He texts me and I call him right afterwards. I use my phone as a pager. Does anyone remember what a pager is?
Yeah,
pager.
We're all over 30. Alan. we remember the pager times. But that really is like, I mean, I get it, dude. I used to text everybody all the time. Like that was my main form of communication. And then eventually I got old enough that I also got like agitated enough waiting for responses. And I was like, fuck this noise. Like, I'm just going to call somebody if I want a piece of information and try to make that phone call last less than 30 seconds.
Yeah. SJ's like, you were texting me this morning. I was like, that's because I was in the middle of setting up and updates crashing. I sent text. Yeah, it's just I just noticed this past week, like it's just like a huge issue. Then when like I'm not on my phone, I'm like miserable as fuck. I'm like, I think there's a problem here happening.
The first two-factor sign, you have to sign in for a two-factor thing. You're gonna be like, I can't do it. My phone won't fucking do it.
There's a lot of upsides to not having a smartphone, like the reasons that you're doing this, Alan. But I just can't imagine like kind of going back in time to the days where it's like, oh, I really need this piece of information. I'm gonna look in an encyclopedia real quick, because like with a smartphone, like that's my main source of information gathering. You know what I mean? I need this. I need to know
you
this.
Don't really
right
need
now,
to know
so
anything.
Well, if I'm like debating with you, like,
you don't need to retain anything. You just look it up.
If I could buy a phone that only lets me have like Google search, then I'd be for it. It's the fact of that you can download the YouTube app and other social media apps that get you sucked in and distracted.
Delete the app and just don't use it.
Yeah, but I have no self-control, and
I felt that. I feel that. I'm with him on this one. I wouldn't be able to control it either.
Like I would do it anyways.
Dude, I actually got lucky in the sense that my phone, I have a Galaxy 8, right? And so it's a few years old now. When I first got it, I used it so much for watching YouTube and shit like that. But it's so old now that all of my apps stutter and freeze. So it's kind of been like a nice thing. Like I can't use YouTube on my phone, but I can still gather the information. Maybe you just need mine. That's what
yeah,
you need.
I was just thinking about that. Like maybe just sell this phone and get a really shitty Android. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, there you go. Get one from like 5 years ago that doesn't work anymore.
You can't even like watch a video. Get a phone where you can barely even do anything, and then that'll frustrate me enough to give up and just do it. Now, this is not going to affect anything like when we go do these shows coming up. I know Ryan, Eric, and I will be meeting up for Nemophila. That's going to be a blast. So we'll still record it.
That's going to be awesome.
We're still going to record a show and stuff, obviously, for that and stuff, and bring our equipment, and we're gonna take Ryan away and make him do a show.
Eric's not allowed within 100 yards from me. Does he remember that?
Why is that? I don't remember that.
Because of that court order.
Oh. Wait, why'd you get a court order?
Maybe we shouldn't talk about this.
It's okay. He's not here.
Yeah, but you don't know if the feds are listening.
Not true. Man. There's no issues with Eric.
S7 have no stuttering apps. Well, I'll go older than that. Let's get the iPhone. Would the iPhone still work? Like
just get an iPod.
They design them so they don't work, so you have to buy another one. That's
true.
The way things are.
Yeah, that's really true. Well, guys,
I do remember like previously to getting this phone, I had a flip phone. And actually previously, no, I had an iPhone 5 before that, but even before that, I had a flip phone, and it did have internet access on it. It was just that like it was trash internet access.
Yeah.
Well, guys, how was your week? Let's go about our weeks and get into this BAND-MAID news. Ryan, how was your week, man?
It was all right. Stayed busy. Been doing a lot of cool stuff with my live stream, trying to work on Mikoto has made a bunch of instrumental versions of BAND-MAID songs, and I've been using them as backing tracks and having fun playing along to those things. So it's a lot. It's really interesting, man, doing that because, things don't just stay the same through the whole song, and it makes you think. I actually had one live stream where he had several Ella Garden songs with the vocals stripped out, and they were really fun to play along with.
Yeah.
Like he might not, I didn't think they would be, but it was really cool. It took me out of way out of my comfort zone and had me thinking of other stuff. It was really cool.
It is really cool. They have a lot of really if you ever want to do a song or need song, there's this app called Moises that does that. It's really awesome. It's free, and you just put it on your computer, and you can drop any song you want in there, and it'll strip away anything for you. It's fucking amazing. So if it's called Moises, Moises. There's a lot of them out there, but it's really cool. That one's free though. You just drop it in there. There's this one I accidentally did. The one that I do, what makes this song great kind of thing or whatever. I use those to solo out the drums or do stuff like that. I think Wave does too, and they're really awesome. Sometimes you can I think Wave just took Akane's drums and then played his whole song over it. Wrote the whole thing for his interpretation. From now on. Yeah. He used one of those apps, so that's pretty cool. So you can do stuff like that. Just take out the drummer. I'll use this drum track.
Oh no, I love
this. Pretty sweet.
But yeah,
I did one with One and Only and Tora, comparing those, BAND-MAID and Maiko versions. It's really fun. It's just trying to do some different things. That's basically awesome. The reason is I got so many reactions going that there's no way I can edit them and put them out. If I keep making fucking more videos, they're just gonna sit in my computer. So I said do something else, which turned into more shit I got to edit. So I don't know.
Yeah, I've been thinking about streaming again, and I'm I don't. That's gonna be so much more work. adding a stream, but it's fun to jam on stream though. It's fun to jam and check out music with everybody and talk with everyone about musical stuff. Whatnot. What else you got going on?
Yeah. That's it. That's all I'm going to talk about here because other than that, I just got to bitch about work. So I'm good.
All right. Well, if you ever want to bitch about work, no, I'm just kidding. We'll send it to your boss and then.
He's actually a listener of this channel.
Yeah.
Hey, 200 people.
I highly doubt it.
200 people heard me bitch about you today.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? That'd be great. If you ever quit, that'd be a great thing to do. Just send them a clip of you bitching about them.
Hey Ryan, those videos that you have sitting on your computer, are those Patreon exclusives or just things that you recorded and never uploaded?
They're all on my Twitch channel. And
Oh, okay.
some of them, so you can see the raw live streams on my Twitch channel, and then I will edit out some of the bullshit of me fumbling around trying to figure out what to do and make it a little more concise and put those up on Patreon so it's easier to watch. And
Gotcha.
then
Okay.
sometimes I take clips out and put up to YouTube, but fucking YouTube, they don't.
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
What about you, champ?
Anyway.
How's your week going? How's your week going?
Not too shabby. You know, I spent the majority of the week trying to catch up on the stuff that I had been behind on from the previous week when I didn't have a computer, and then the last few days I've been kind of packing up stuff slowly as the days go on, because I'm gonna be for the next month at a different location. So I'm gathering all my shit up basically, except for my computer.
Top secret location?
No, it's I do it every year. The people that follow my channel have probably noticed this before. Or in February every year I go over to my parents' house while they are on some long, you know, I'm 65 and almost retired and can afford crazy vacations, so they go on one of those vacations every year, and I go over to their house and kind of just like take care of their animals and the plants and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm moving over there tomorrow. So right now I have a very like, you can't see it right now, but it's like very bare setup because everything's already packed away and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'll be over there tomorrow, and then I'll be getting back to.
Do you do the snowbird thing to go to Florida for extended amount of time? That's what my grandparents did. They like
that's where they're going. They're going to Florida. They're going to Key Largo.
Yeah, my grandparents they extend it every year. Like first it was 2 months, then it was 3 months, then it was 4 months. Mm-hmm. They're like, fuck the snow in upstate New York.
Yeah. I think that they're slowly. My parents are slowly getting to that point. You know, like originally it was like a week. Now it's a month, and then like, you know, give it another 5 years. I don't think they're.
Nice. And we've lost champ. What?
Yeah,
what a
like champ,
look at that face. He's like caught in like mid. It looks like he's like mid stoned. Oh, he's back.
Hello,
there he is.
I lost internet connection for a second there. Sorry.
Like,
well, I mean, there's a lot of weather shit going on, so there might be just some general issues.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
There's a lot of. If you're on the northeast coast, I hope you're okay, because man, was it like -100 wind chill and shit over there?
It's fucking cold, man. It's been cold for like 4 days over here, I'll say that. Yeah. Like really, like too cold to go outside. Like
you're on the East Coast, aren't you? Maybe you know about it.
I'm in Jersey, brother. It's not as bad as it is over in like Maine or Canada, I'm sure, but like it's fucking cold. And it doesn't want to snow either, but it's cold.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Well, not hell yeah, but
hell freezes over, yeah.
Hell no. There was a weird in Texas and Dallas and stuff. There was like massive accidents and like just freeways backed up for hours and hours.
The ice.
Yeah. Instant ice. They were like touch and then just ice immediately. And my dad called me. He's like, "Are you all right?" I'm like, "El Paso's fine. We get 80-degree weather." At 12 in the afternoon. I'm sweating right now. I'm about to turn on the AC. Like
it's like 45, 50 here right now. It's ridiculous.
That's pretty warm. Yeah. That is pretty warm for where you're at.
Nice.
No, it's actually it's 45 right now too at in my house. So I don't know. Everything changed overnight for us last night.
Oh wow. Well, that's good. That's a good sign.
Yeah, and by the way, just to address a couple of the comments, Wave is still on his what he went on a trip, right? He's on a cruise, I believe.
On a cruise, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Anastasia was going to join us, but we weren't able to make it work today. So
she remembers she doesn't really like us. So.
Yeah, she's like, that Ryan guy is.
She said you guys are.
Who am I replacing? Me. Oh, I won't be there.
So yeah, just the three of us. I hope you guys.
Just the three of us.
Yep, we're going to go ahead and get into BAND-MAID, BABYMETAL news. Two biggest things. We're going to start off with BAND-MAID today. You want to lead us off?
Yeah, man. So BAND-MAID played a couple shows at the Hammerstein Ballroom, and they opened up for what's that band called? The Last ROCKSTARS, right?
Yeah, they're the Last ROCKSTARS.
Yeah, and first show they opened up, they had 4 songs, like a 16-minute set, which this is a bit of an issue. People, I was kind of like, what the hell, man? That seems like a really short a short thing to open.
Wait, it was only 15
personally,
minutes?
I never been to a concert where the yeah, dude. So personally, I've never been to a concert where the opener got 15 minutes.
Me neither.
So I know there's people that have. I'm not saying that's an impossible thing. I'm just saying I never experienced that, and I thought it was borderline insulting. But am I happy they did it? Yes. Do I think the last rock stars are good for having them on tour? Yes. The second show, they did 5 songs. And they kicked off with Real Existence, which is freaking, what a banger, dude. What a way to kick off an opening set, right?
So
but Miku's amp had some issues, and I think she went out. I think was it during No God? Her amp kind of went out, and she
they're seeing
she just didn't play guitar the rest of the time.
One of the shows, they had some issues going on, and it was with the amp. Shout out to Peter for posting this in Discord. He said, unfortunately, there seems to be some problem with Miku's amp or foot pedal, but they still managed to complete the performance professionally.
Yeah, and I was kind of surprised, how important her rhythm is when it wasn't there.
Yeah,
I thought it sounded fine, like with what Konami was doing, because she usually does something different than the riff you're used to hearing, but it still sounded great, and she just did her vocals, and it was just awesome.
One of the shows,
so it's cool,
did
man.
5
and
songs.
They after the set.
Go ahead,
I said that.
Oh,
the second show they did 5 songs. And then Last Rockstars brought him back out to say farewell to New York. So they called him back out on stage, and they got to celebrate together. Seeing there on the video, it's really cool. So hats off to them for bringing him up and showing him some great respect, and it's just a cool thing to see. There's some fan cams out there. Some people have the whole show on there, from not the whole show, but the opening for BAND-MAID, and you can see the crowd kind of, when Misa steps up on her riser or Konami does, they really get excited and the song's done. So it's really good reception for the band.
Going back to what you said though about the whole 15 minutes, it's my only thing is if you're traveling all the way from Japan to do 15 minutes on stage, that would really annoy the hell out of me. I mean that's good on them for taking that. And
they're never going to say anything bad about it.
Yeah.
All they're going to do is the best they can with what they have, and that's all I ever expect from them. They're never gonna.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're grateful just to have the opportunity, but I just thought it was weird for that big of a show, you know what I mean, to have a short opener. But I think they use their time wisely. I would like to see Manners. I think that would have been a really good song.
I have a couple questions about this. So do either of you know how long the last Rockstar set was?
I was just about to ask that. How long did they play for? They play for 2 hours, an hour.
And were there any other bands with them?
It was over an hour.
Yeah.
No. Was it just BAND-MAID with them?
It was just BAND-MAID.
All right.
Just BAND-MAID.
So just BAND-MAID. They played over an hour, and BAND-MAID only got 4 songs. That's what we're saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dirty. That's dirty to me.
They got 5 the next night.
That's still dirty to me. I've seen a lot of shows that the opening act only gets, the 15 to 20 minute set, and pretty much every time that I've seen one of those shows, which is dozens and dozens of times, I had no idea who that opening act was. And it would usually be a local band at a local show, opening up for a bigger band that had traveled to that area. And I totally get that when you do that. But like Alan said, traveling all the way from Japan to do an opening show, to be an opening act and only get to play 15 minutes as a band that people already know, while there's only one other band up there with you and they're going to play for over an hour, that's dirty. I don't care what anybody says. Dirty. Don't like it at all.
Yeah, I mean...
Now, the shows are sold out. The shows are sold out before BAND-MAID is even on the bill.
True.
I mean, it's not like they were trying to use them as a draw. I think it was really just a kind thing they were doing to bring them along. But like I said, they're going to be nothing but happy to do it, and they're going to gain fans. They're playing to a crowd of mostly women, which is something they don't usually do.
I think that's really important.
I'm cutting out. Probably can't understand shit.
Yeah. You were cutting out a lot. I'm sorry, Ryan. Yeah, that's why I was like, sometimes I can hear what you're saying and sometimes I can't. But I was just gonna say the last thing we heard, we were saying that's really good that they played to a lot of new female fans, which I think is really important because whenever I showed my daughter and other people that my female friends, they loved them when I showed it to them. Actually, they liked it more than my male friends, more so, which is kind of shocking and weird how that's happening, like with the audience targeting. I wonder how that happened in the beginning, where it was just like, did they target men just mainly in the beginning, or was it just happened to be that way?
I don't think so. I think just the music they played appealed to older men who like classic rock, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
gotta say, a lot of the chats here is saying, "Hey, well, you know what? Like, it was either this or nothing." And
True.
to that I say, well, this is better than nothing. And I also respond by saying, it could have been 30 minutes, and nobody would have stopped anything. Nobody would have cried. There wouldn't have been a huge change in what they needed to do. It very easily could have been. So I don't want to like sit here and be like, "Oh, last Rockstars were giving charity to BAND-MAID." No, like no, I don't.
I was expecting 30 minutes, honestly. Normally it is 30 minutes because whenever I've opened up for bigger bands, like when I opened up for Mushroom Head, it was 30 minutes, and we were just a local band that had some pull there, but it wasn't even that much, or even for the Chevelle show, it's 30 minutes. So always was 30 minutes. So that's why it's so weird that was only 15 minutes in my head. Like, I'm like, that is odd, but that could be, I could be biased because this is just here in the US.
Yeah. Then Ben in the chat says Peter on Made News Network read a statement saying someone associated with the tour. The statement from them said it sounded like BAND-MAID knew what they were signing up for. If that's the case, fine, man.
Well, that's good.
Still doesn't mean. I mean, are you really? If you're a fan of BAND-MAID, are you really going to be like, well, I'm glad they only got 4 songs. You didn't want to see more.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it wasn't a good opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it wasn't a good opportunity. I'm super glad they were able to do it. I'm just saying it would have been cool to see more.
No,
doesn't mean I'm being a whiny fucking BAND-MAID fan or something. I just want to see more BAND-MAID.
Yeah. Well, this is a good point, Ryan, that you're saying like they knew ahead of time, because there's been situations where I've been in and I've showed up. I thought I was going to get an hour, and they were like, nope, it's only 30 minutes, cut down to 25 minutes sometimes. So they could have done that, I guess. It could have been worse in that situation. But I'm still happy for them opening for them, because they are going to get more fans, period.
Oh, hell yeah.
Period, no matter what.
A lot of people are saying that the venue would not allow them to extend the time, and therefore they were basically just sticking BAND-MAID in there in the beginning to just get whatever we could get. And I guess that is a thing. Sure. A 15-minute set to me is just, I'm sorry, but like a 15-minute set to me, every time I've seen one, like I said, it has been reserved for a local band that nobody knows. So, I mean, I'm sure that there are logistical issues that come into play that I'm not privy of, but just from a perspective of my experiences going to shows, like I've never seen a band that can sell out an 8,000 person arena.
Oh, you know what?
Open at a 15-minute set. I've just not seen that before.
Eric just reminded me of something. They played for 15 minutes though. So maybe they actually had a 25-minute time slot, and that's including setup and breakdown. So the actual play was 15 minutes. That makes more sense. I just thought about that. Eric kind of reminded me when whatever message he put in, he had no time for nothing. I'm like, they probably did have 30 minutes, but it was like, all right, got to set up, the 5 minutes to set up, and then you play 5 minutes breakdown. Cause that's happened. I've seen that also. That could have been it. Cause it doesn't include, cause I'm sure they include a setup and breakdown time. I bet you they did have 30 minutes, but it was like, they spent some of the time setting up, make sure everything's right, and they got on. You know what I mean?
I guess. You can't set up before the show starts.
Yeah, they set up
if you're the first band.
But then you got breakdown time. That's true. It's still because they're set up in front of the bands. They had all their amps in front, so you still have to take into account of them taking all that away, taking those out of the boards. I mean, I'm sure there's a big quality venue. I know they have the means to make sure that goes smoothly, but you'd be surprised.
Glenn, we're breathing, buddy. Nobody here is like freaking out. So like, let's not take that as us freaking out about something. We're just taking a look at what happened. We're discussing it, and ultimately, if it had to be this way, it had to be this way.
Did
It
you
is
not
what
want
it
to
is.
see more?
Yeah, but I
I mean,
am
who
a
wanted to
little.
see just 4 songs?
Yeah,
Nobody.
I think it's okay to be disappointed that they traveled all the way from Japan to play a 15-minute set. I think that is well within our, it's justified, I think.
Yeah.
And again, we're not like sitting here screaming or yelling about it. It's not like we're gonna like go home and cry about it, but
Dude,
Yeah.
if
it's a
they want to
really short set.
if they didn't allow more time for them, the venue didn't allow more time, and they cut time out of what they were going to do to allow them to play. That's fucking great, man. That's
Yeah.
fine. And they gave him another song. They brought him back out the next night. So I think they're aware of what people may like. Maybe they're like that wasn't really enough time to get into them. So obviously they knew if they were totally cool with it, wouldn't have changed anything, but they did.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Mhm.
means they're aware of the situation.
I actually appreciate them making that adjustment on night
Yeah,
2.
dude.
I think that's a big move on their part.
Dude, if we know they love the band, if they didn't, they wouldn't even have. They didn't need to bring him out. They already had the show sold out.
Glenner said that he meant people in general are pretty angry about it, which I hope they don't voice it too much on the public. I mean, side because that just puts a negative. I don't want negative fan like kind of stuff like that because it's positive. It's a positive thing. We don't want to turn a positive thing into a negative thing. I think what Glenner is talking about, or like people just going off. I haven't seen these comments. I haven't read them. I'm not aware of them.
There's some people on Facebook fan things that are like just talking shit about the
Gotcha.
last Rockstars, and they hate them. No, they don't hate them. They brought them along, dude. They obviously like the band.
Mm-hmm.
We know
Absolutely.
they like the band. We know they have a relationship with Yoshiki.
Yeah, and they could have brought any other band. They could have brought anybody with them. It's not
If
like they were like, oh, we have to take BAND-MAID. No, they chose BAND-MAID.
Because if I'm being honest, if I'm in Japan, right, and I have a band and I get this offer and they told me I'm only playing for 10 minutes, I would probably do it.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm being honest, like I
Same.
would do it. It sucks, but I'm like, to me, I'm like, well, this is like paid exposure at this point. I don't care. Let's buy this flight and get over there.
Yeah, if somebody said, you want to come jam in Japan open for me? You're like, fuck yeah, dude. I'll play one song.
I mean,
cover my flight. Yeah.
Yeah, I just I mean, like here in the States, if people don't know, there's a lot of pay to play, and this is a very big thing here over the US. And so that was probably nothing for them. Like we got offered a festival, and it was like a $7,000 buy-on. It was ridiculous, and we only get to play for 30 minutes. It's insane.
Yeah, let me ask you something then. Do you think that BAND-MAID lost money on this?
Oh, absolutely. Maybe not. Not in the long term. I don't think they will. But
we don't
maybe
know what was involved in any.
Yeah, let's not pretend. Let's not pretend we know what kind of exposure, what kind of money the exposure will bring in. I'm just saying, like for the trip itself.
Of course, they lost money.
Who's paying them? Right? Like, is the last Rockstars paying them to be on the show with them?
I don't know. I would assume not.
So I wonder how that works. I wonder. I have no idea. I mean, management, their label might be paying them to do this, or this might have been a thing where they were just like, "We'll go do this for free because it's going to give us great exposure because the last Rockstars offered it to us."
That wouldn't surprise me. They might, fucking. Is it label wise? They have to look at is it worth the expense to just get them there, rent some equipment, and the answer is going to be. It's going to be yes. I mean, it's going to be nothing but good for them, man. Because even if the time allowed, there's people there that had no intention of seeing BAND-MAID, and that's kind of ballsy on, last Rockstar's part. To even
most people, right? Because the shows were sold out before BAND-MAID was announced.
Yeah, so
everyone's there for the last Rockstars.
That shows the confidence in the last Rockstars and BAND-MAID because you don't put a band ahead of you that you don't think is going to do well. You're only going to put a band there that you know is going to kill it. So they bring them out, and they're going to gain probably a lot of new fans.
Exactly. And it sounds bad, but this was service for BAND-MAID, and it could do nothing but help them. Says go ahead. No, I agree, man. I think this was a really good service for BAND-MAID. It doesn't sound bad at all.
It's not.
Because they are huge over in Japan. Like Peter Lim said in his video, like they're massive over there, and people don't know who BAND-MAID is yet. Just because we know who they are doesn't mean they're really well known everywhere,
Yeah. I'd just like to be very clear on this. we would prefer that they did this than not did this. We would also prefer that they would play 6 songs instead of 4. You know? Like, both of these things can be true. We're not angry. We're not going to cry about it. But yeah, you know, like it could have been
Ryan's
better.
Like, I'm gonna go cry about it. Here's there was a cool clip that I found online. There's, like Ryan said, there's a lot of clips online of them doing like a little sign off, I guess, at the end together, holding hands, which I thought was pretty cool with the band. So they pretty much had I thought I had a bookmark, guys. Sorry. But they pretty much joined him on stage, and they brought him out at the end, which I thought was really cool, and cheered him on. And then I was like, these guys are a lot taller than I thought too, by the way. When I saw this,
they're all wearing platforms and shit.
Oh, they are? Okay. I was like, wait, are they really that tall?
Who was it? Who's got the freaking thigh highs on, like Psyche's?
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Dude's got. And then it looks like Mewtwo, I think somebody pointed out, she's got like slippers on, like they clearly weren't planning on coming back out. Because she was out of her. Yeah. So she's like normal height as opposed to being in her freaking high heels.
That makes sense. So, I'm stupid. Because I'm looking at like, I was like, are these guys really that tall?
Well, how tiny is BAND-MAID? Aren't they all like under 5'5"?
They're tiny, but like, I didn't think they were. I didn't know these guys were going to be much taller than them, but yeah, if they're wearing shoes and stuff, that makes more sense. I'm
funny to think if we were out there, they would all look really short.
I know.
Like giants.
That'd be crazy. Yeah. Because at first I'm like, I can't, I'm not thinking about the shoes, you know? And I'm like, are they really that tall? Oh, man. But they look really happy and excited. Psyche looked so nervous on there. She looked very nervous. She like made Miku go forward. I thought that was cute. That was awesome though. I mean, these guys look like rock stars, that's for sure. The whole last ROCKSTARS thing, it like still gets to me when they make the whole crowd chant it out. I'm like, I felt so cringe when that part came up. I'm like,
They made him chant what?
We are the last ROCKSTARS. There's a clip of him. I'm like, oh God.
You know, I know I mentioned this to you guys off stream like last week or something like that. I don't know if we brought it up on stream, but I was just thinking again, like the fact that like the 2 biggest bands that they played with recently are the last ROCKSTARS and Guns N' Roses. And it's just like, I'm so happy for the exposure that they're getting from out of these 2 bands, which are bigger bands than them with longer histories. And they're clearly getting exposed to new people that have never heard of them before. But I'm still going to go back and I'm going to say it anyway. I wish it was any other 2 bands. Like I don't, Guns N' Roses to me is just like, you know, they just aren't. Like I wish that BAND-MAID was playing with Guns N' Roses 1991, and then the last ROCKSTARS, I wish that they were playing with X Japan instead. You know what I mean? Like it's a timing thing. Obviously, I'm not blaming anybody, but like in my head, I just keep thinking, damn, dude, like they could, like the bands that these guys are coming from, like they're some of the biggest bands in the history of the world, right? But now we've got like 2023 Guns N' Roses and the last ROCKSTARs.
I still think they did well though, you know. I really
BAND-MAID?
Yeah, I really want to believe like that BAND-MAID killed it with Guns N' Roses made.
I believe that 100%. Yeah. I believe that the BAND-MAID experience was probably great, and that the you know, this was overall a really good thing for them. Both shows was a really good benefit to BAND-MAID.
How long was BAND-MAID set with Guns N' Roses? Wasn't it like 45 minutes or something like that?
Oh, I don't know.
I wonder. Mikoto sent me a message that somebody wrote that was pretty well written. It says, "Hi, Aaron. I've seen these few posts, the disappointment about BAND-MAID's short set. I can tell you guys with 100% certainty that no one is disrespecting BAND-MAID." So that's the part that I thought was interesting, is that people actually think they're disrespecting them.
Ah, interesting.
I never thought of it as like disrespecting.
No, I think, see, and that's the other thing. Like, you know, we're talking about this right now. Just to be clear, guys, we're talking about this for the first time. We didn't talk about this beforehand, so it's not like we've gotten our thoughts out, and we're getting our thoughts out now and just discussing it as in real time.
For you guys, and your entertainment.
Yeah, and I at no point ever thought that anybody was disrespecting anybody. You know, that didn't even cross my mind. But I guess a lot of the chatters here have seen comments like that, so they're bringing that sort of mentality in here. Like a lot of people were making it a big deal when
He did say it
when
was
it really
dirty.
wasn't. Right, it's a dirty move.
But that's disrespecting somebody. Is it dirty or not?
Yeah, so this goes to his later half in his con where it says throwing negative comments at musicians and management who are all trying to help bandmates.
I think that's
audience.
just me using the word dirty is just my NJ coming out. I didn't actually mean that like it was a disrespectful act. I just meant
trying
like,
to be clear. If you know.
Yeah, no, I just meant like, it sucks. That's
Right
okay. I say that when things suck, that's dirty, but like I didn't mean they were being dirty towards BAND-MAID. I just meant it was a dirty situation. Yeah, and I just want to be clear on that. I would much prefer that they do this than not do this.
Yeah.
If those are the only two options.
I'm saying like the bigger bands that Scordato Vita that I did, like it was always 30-minute sets. That's why I was like thrown off. And then Brian was saying that for Guns N' Roses also 30 minutes. So
yeah, but they put them on 2 hours before the fucking Guns N' Roses came out.
Yeah. Oh,
really?
Yeah, dude. It was like 2 hours before their fucking show.
Wow. So what happened in the middle?
So there was a gap, a 2 hour gap.
I'm pretty positive it was, man. I think,
bro, they should have let him keep playing that.
I know.
It was a good GNR was just trying to sober up in the back.
I guess I'm pulling from memory, so I may be wrong, but
yeah,
it wasn't like right, but they didn't go off and then Guns N' Roses came right out. And I don't even know if they mention them.
Thanks, Mikoto, for all these images. So Mikoto was sending me some images for people listening. The audience, big crowd. Look at that. That's so awesome. Like I said,
it looks like a real nice crowd.
I didn't realize how big the last Rockstars were in the U.S. though. I know how big they are in Japan. Dude. I just didn't realize. Well, up until the Miyavi thing, I knew Miyavi was, but I didn't realize all of them were this big.
Yeah, they're just supposed to play one show at the Hammerstein. They added the date, the second date they added because there's so much call for it.
Yeah.
And then they're doing LA too, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Anybody in the chat went to that show, or anybody in the chat saw them live? Because that's why I'm kind of happy I didn't buy tickets. Is for one, I'm just not interested in the last Rockstars, and I knew it'd only be a 30-minute set. And I remember when I went to the festival, watched them do a 30-minute set. I'm like, oh, I'd rather have the full experience, so I'd rather just wait until they come back and do a 2-hour set, And that's good for anybody else that can discover them, and that's cool. But I just want to pay to go.
I bought a live streaming ticket. I guarantee I'm not watching the whole freaking thing. I'm gonna watch BAND-MAID. I'll check out some of the last Rockstars. I'm not gonna watch all of it.
Yeah,
I am intrigued. I'm not gonna lie to hear like what why everybody is excited about the last Rockstars right now, because it wasn't the single that they dropped, so it's got to be legacy.
It's all the history,
right?
Yeah, it's like many fans from their previous iterations of bands. I think they just want to see all these guys. They want to see them play their old songs together with these other guys.
Are they doing that? Do we know if they're doing that?
Yeah, they got like big solo sections, and they're playing songs from each of their past bands. It's like seeing Velvet Revolver and then going to hear him play Stone Temple Pilots and fucking Guns N' Roses songs. Same idea.
Lord Vordor says the real question, speculation is what is BAND-MAID doing in the U.S. from now till L.A. show on the 10th? Vacation, music video shoot, recording with Tony Visconti.
I hope they do. I want a reverb drenched freaking album and whole album.
When did you say it is the 10th?
Yeah, and on the
it's only 5 days away. It's not. They don't have that much time to do anything. I hope they're
resting. Honest, I hope Psyche's doing the silent thing that you do, where you don't talk at all, don't say anything at all. I hope she's just like resting her voice. Yeah. That's what I hope, and of course Konami too, because I know she wasn't feeling good when she was doing those long stretches. I hope they're just resting, chillaxing, not doing anything. But
I guess there was 2 other openers for the Guns N' Roses show.
Oh, there was. Okay.
Yeah. So they were a last minute addition, but yeah, they got a half hour and there's 2 other bands.
So it seems like they were a last. Okay, so let's look at this from the other perspective. They were a last.
I wonder how much they paid to play for Guns N' Roses, because that was definitely a buy-on for sure. Because Guns N' Roses does buy-ons for their shows normally. They definitely had to pay to be on that show if they're last minute. They probably had one more slot or something, and they had to determine if it was good to do it or not. Normally, that's how it goes with those shows with Guns N' Roses. I'm pretty sure. I'll look it up right now, I guess, while you ask that question.
They weren't planning on having another band there. They had 2. I think they were added on because they freaking kicked ass here.
Yeah, look that up though. I don't like that. If that is the case, that I would. It kind of changes my mentality on it a little bit, I guess, because the way that I'm looking at it right now is like, let's say that they didn't pay for it. Let's say that Guns N' Roses just threw them on in the last second. Then that would mean that happened both times, right? Like both with Guns N' Roses and then with the last Rockstars. BAND-MAID was like this last minute addition to a show that was already going to happen without them. And if that's the case, it's just like,
well, I don't know about the last Rockstar. I just know Guns N' Roses does when we had a
no, I know,
when we
but
had a
we know
manager,
that
they were like it was something ridiculous. Like I think it was like I can't remember how much the manager told us. I'll look up that email. He gave me a price. He's like, "Hey, you there's this thing going on." I'm like, "I'm not gonna do that." It was for a festival too, and I'm like, "No way." That shit's real, guys. It's really price gouging. So for certain bands, like Danzig charges ridiculous amount, or like members of Misfits will charge ridiculous amounts. I know Guns N' Roses.
What are you talking for?
For bands exactly to go on with them, like some of those bands, like the other bands actually paid to be part of that show, or if management manages a broker or they broker a deal, then they'll get on. That's why management's so important to have, like BAND-MAID does, of course, to either know people inside. That's how you kind of get on. But if you're not known, there's like a big price that you have to pay to get on those shows. For smaller bands like we were back then, like you would have to, we only could buy onto festival ones that had those big bands in it. So you couldn't, but for the ones that where it was like to go on tour with them, sometimes you could buy to go on tour with them and stuff like that. Or like some bands would pay for half of the tour, or other bands will pay for the full on tour, or some people will pay one show. So they have like these slots open. So most of the bands with money will pay to do the whole entire thing, or they'll do half the tour. That's why you see some bands, like when they're traveling, they'll lose their opener halfway through the tour, and they'll have a different band opening for the other half. It's because they only paid for half of it, and the other band paid for the other half. Normally,
you know, I don't think I ever did a direct money buy-in like to play with a band, but the way that ours always used to work was we had to sell a certain amount of tickets to get onto a show with the band. So it'd be like if they're not inviting us on, they'd say, okay, here's 100 tickets. If you guys sell all 100 tickets or give us the money for the amount of the 100 tickets,
your own tickets.
You buy your own tickets, then you can play with this band. And there were a couple times that we had to buy our own tickets, not gonna lie.
Right on. But it's a couple points being made by Brian and Paul. You know, Pony Canyon, they obviously believe in the band. We know they do, but if that's what's going on, they're just buying us some time in front of these bands. They it's not blindly, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
Well, it's like I said, this is not every band. Like, so for example, I didn't have to pay for the Chevelle or POD one because we were big here in El Paso and we had a draw for Scrodacha Vita. And so we didn't have to pay for that one. So there is times where you can get on without paying. But like, for example, the Danzig one, we had to pay like $3,000 or something like that, or for that. But that was just part of a festival. And there's other one where it's like $30,000, which of course we didn't do because we can't put that much money. But normally bands that,
if a band has that much to throw out in a concert, then they probably don't need to pay to
exactly
play in front of
exactly. But some bands will do it. There's now what they're doing in festivals which is really fucked up. Like I was just talking about with someone recently. I can't reveal that information yet, but I'll see if we're allowed to bring them on. We can talk about it. But they said what they're doing now with festivals, and like a warning to bands out there, is now you pay to get your application fee in, right? This is what they used to do back in the day. I paid an application fee for like KLAQ here, and then they chose us because we were the better sounding band with the local groups, and you go on. But now what they're doing is they're just taking everybody's application, but they already have it predetermined who they're choosing. So that's another way that they're making money for these festivals now, is that they're taking smaller bands' money, like all of it, and just sometimes it's like $100 for a fee, sometimes it's $50. It depends. Some are even greater than that. But obviously, BAND-MAID's not small. And like getting back to that topic, it all depends on the situation.
Yeah, circling around, I doubt that. I really first of all doubt that the last Rockstars would have asked BAND-MAID to pay to play on their show.
I meant the Guns N' Roses one because you know how they
are. Right. Yeah. No. So if they did pay for the Guns N' Roses one, honestly, I would support that decision just because of how many people were there and how many people probably didn't know who BAND-MAID was at that show. Yeah. But it is still just like, I'm just kind of like, man, I wish they were playing with 2023 Metallica instead of 2023 Guns N' Roses, because one of them's still good.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Alan, do you guys have a rider?
That's your demands for your band when you play a venue. A rider is like, I don't want any brown M&Ms. I need fucking champagne and
I've never heard
I've
that
never heard that
term.
before either.
I've never
I had
heard
no
that
idea what he was
term.
saying.
I was like, what? I've just gotten
your
like
requirements.
in my contracts. It's just like, do you have any demands or requirements for the shows? That's all I've seen. I've never seen it labeled as rider in the contract.
Did you guys ever try to do that though? Did you ever have any demands while playing a show?
No. If they said you had to have this, like you can't bring your instruments kind of thing, like you had to have a head, yeah, I would say, hey, could you provide this cab? Or they say like, these are the cabs you guys can choose from. But that was pretty much it. And then I would just choose like specific cabs and stuff that I would want. Would be the only thing I would ever suggest. Or I'd be like, I need a stand on the right-hand side of the stage for 2 guitars, like stuff like that. Because they'll just assume you have all that shit. And like, if you want to make your life easier, you just say, well, I know it's a festival, you're going to have all this stuff. Can you make sure this is what I want prepped up, ready on stage? So to make it as smooth as possible. Because when we did Balloon Fest, it was fast. You just fucking go on there, everything's set up, your cab's there. I just slam my pedal board down, hook up, and you're playing. No sound check, no nothing.
Jeez.
You just go, you just fucking play. You're trying to get as much playtime as possible, you know?
Yeah, definitely. We never had like any specific demands or anything, but that we did play this one venue often enough that we felt I don't know, like we needed to get drinks for free if we were going to play at that venue. So we were pretty clear, like, yeah, we'll come, but we're getting free drinks all night. And eventually they were just like, okay, that's fine.
You guys
So we played there a lot.
You guys said it was called a rider clause? I never saw anything in my contract where it said rider clause at all.
No, I mean, I don't know why it's called a rider.
Oh,
it's
okay.
just, I know from watching many interviews and stuff, talking to bands, and not me, just watching them, it's just called a rider. I don't know why it's called a rider. I don't know
no, I've never heard that before either.
So we've had the bands we played was like, yeah, we want free drinks and some money.
Oh shit.
That was good enough for us. But sometimes it was just free drinks, and sometimes the band, not the band, the guys that were in the band I played with last time, they were pretty big around the area. They had screens and shit they took with them and played. It was a cover band, but got pretty popular. But they were so bad, they'd go, and a couple shows they like owed the bar money. It's like, you drank way too much. Here's your pay, but you owe us this much for your fucking
I'm actually looking for my contracts right now. I'm curious. See if I still have them in my Gmail. Let's see what that'd be interesting.
I honestly can't think of like anything that I would want to put onto like a rider clause, unless the venue was like, being skeevy about something or sketchy about something. It's like, we're just coming to play music, right? Like, what else could you possibly want?
Well, the bigger you are, the more ridiculous they get.
Right.
Like someone like Lady Gaga or Beyonce. Van Halen's famous for the M&Ms thing because they put it in their contracts just to see if it was actually being read. Like, I want M&Ms with no brown M&Ms, and it's just to see if it was being read. And if they show up and there was no, like, a bunch of M&Ms all separated, and they're like, oh, they read their shit, And sometimes they did it just to fuck with them. Primus's writers are like ridiculous.
Well, yeah, you guys got to remember too, like the band that I was in, like they're giving us a contract. I didn't have management at the time.
Right,
so
right.
Fucking
yeah,
small.
It's not the band saying we'll play here if you meet our demands. You're like, can we play here?
Yeah. I'm reading the contract, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's more of like when I send them out. Yeah. Because I remember our management, like at that time, because we got management after those shows, and that was actually for the inception of Dichotic. That's when we lost the singer and we started Dichotic, and that was with the original singer. And so he would try to set that up. That's how I found out about the buying in and all that contract stuff. But yeah, so just keep that in mind, guys. These are contracts they give us. Like they're like, hey, we're paying you X amount of money.
Bands have a writer when they're super big, and venues want them to be there, not like.
Yeah, it makes more sense. I'm over here like, what the fuck? Where's Hey guys, thank you for the super chat. And thank you for the memberships, the new members. We really appreciate it, guys. The super
Hey,
chat
Glenner and Eric Dane.
says, agree with Champ. Yoshiki seems to genuinely like BAND-MAID. Phelan is still in contact with the gentleman from One Eye Closed. Maybe he can ask him what happens. Absolutely. Yeah, we talk all the time. Ray, we should bring him on again. He would be a smaller band though under that kind of thing. So they still manage everything themselves. Ray does.
Yeah, but we could definitely discuss it with him. Just see what kind
see
of
what
things he goes through when he's trying to get on a show and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's
For
why
sure.
that's why it's like I tell people, like, if you get big through your music like BAND-MAID is, it's the best way to do things because you don't have to worry about the whole buy-ons and stuff like that. If you're really good at what you do, you can get into these shows. And if you do have to buy on and you're just starting band, like, you got to make sure your shit is good, you know, like before you do that, because it's just a waste of money. And if you're not, if that's the case, then you just make sure you get really good at it. And once you get confirmation that you're really good at, maybe consider buying on if you're a smaller band, you know. But you need to really make sure you're like up there, because I see so many bands like waste like $5,000 on management and then like do all these shows, but they're like in debt, you know. And it's just like, dude, just, you have the internet now. Just use internet to your potential. It's free.
It's the same concept as paying for ads, right? Like for paying for like a commercial or something like that. Like, how much money do you want to spend on promoting your band? Because you'll get eyes on it by doing that. But you have to know, you have to like weigh the pros and cons of how much money am I going to spend on this versus how much is the exposure going to bring to me in the long term, right? So I get, you know, sometimes you got to pay for ads. Sometimes you got to pay for a commercial so that people know who you are, you know? But you got to make sure also at the same time that it's going to succeed. You know, like, you don't want to just chuck thousands of dollars into promotion and then not have a strong follow-up on it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Any other things happening with BAND-MAID, Ryan, like with the whole concerts? Any other interesting things come up about these shows?
Not really, man. That's it. I mean, they're just leaving a great impression, I think. Joe Cicconi's in the chat. He said he interviewed like about 50 people and heard, what would he say? 50% of everybody interviewed was, I don't know. It's in the chat, but he talked to a lot of people and he said everybody's really impressed with the band. So that's just cool to hear. You know, how could you not be impressed? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
How big of a change?
But yeah, I'm super happy.
How big of a change was it? Sound like, I know you said that it still sounded good, Ryan, but you know, Miku was missing for what, 3 songs of the 5 songs on night 2. Do you think that it sounds like it went down halfway through the second song?
Yeah, I mean, it was you could definitely tell the guitar wasn't there, but I don't know. I didn't.
Do you think? But so keep in mind though that people are seeing them for the first time now, right? Like, there's a lot of people that are seeing them for the first time. Do you think they would still have made a strong impression on those people?
I think so, definitely, because, you know, none of them lost the energy. Like, it wasn't like she stopped, looked at her amp, and was like looking off the side of the stage, like, what the fuck? She just kept singing. The text came on, and they started looking at the amp, and she just kept singing and jumping and doing her thing, and Konami just kept rocking out. So,
do you think they chose the right? Do you think they chose the right songs for those shows to kind of capture or maximize their potential of getting new fans?
I think so. I mean, there were songs that by the end of it, it'd be easy to sing along to the parts, you know, without ever hearing them before.
Okay.
You'd know by the end of it, like, oh, here's, you know, I think they did good. The only thing I would have had, yeah, I don't know. You could sub in 3 different sets for all that and still have amazing songs with them. So,
right. Yeah. Can you list the songs one more time?
I'm trying to find the list here.
Yeah.
Of the set list.
The second show was Real Existence, Domination, No God, Play, and Unleash. And the first night they did the same set just without Real Existence.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's a good choice. I think those are good choices.
For some reason, I'm expecting.
Oh, yeah, you get. I mean, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so you get. I mean, you know, you got 3 albums there, or three
2 albums. So it seems
albums
like they
span,
kind
right?
of
3 or 4.
they kept it like spread out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I finally started listening to Conquer again because I did a poll about like which song to do breakdown on, and the song that one was Blooming. So I was like, I think it was Blooming. I hope it was Blooming. I hope I said the right one. I can't remember which one. But yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I was like wondering which one to break down first because like there's so many BAND-MAID songs to break down. I had no clue which one to
Oh, my
start
bad.
with.
The second night they did not play Unleashed, they played Freedom instead.
It's more of a that's actually a big change to me, honestly, when you consider who they're playing with. The vibe of each of those two songs, Unleash is much more like, modernized prog metal rock type thing, and Freedom is got that classic rock ring to it,
Right.
So it's probably a good move for night 2 over with the last Rockstars.
Yeah. So, all right. So, they added one song and changed one of the other ones. So,
yeah, I would have kept it as classic rock as I could. I think playing in front of that crowd, right?
Yeah, I think Manners would have been a good fit.
Yeah, definitely. I probably would have thrown
wrong with
Manners
that.
on there. No.
What about
No, and you got to play one of the newer songs too. I have to. Like they played Unleash on the first night, and No God they played, right?
I think Domination and Play were really good choices for that show.
Definitely.
I think
they play Domination at all their shows, right?
Yeah, I think those
like
two songs had to win people over. Like, because No God's pretty crazy for the introduction to BAND-MAID,
Do you find it interesting? Do you find it interesting that they decided not to play Choose Me at either of the shows? Considering
that is kind of odd.
Yeah, it's like their most popular song, and they closed their shows over here, or they closed their last show with it, right? The big one.
Yeah.
So I am a little surprised that they didn't go with that, but I guess they just felt like, that wasn't the vibe of the people that were in the crowd as much.
It's Psyche's call, man. You gonna argue with Psyche? Hell no.
I'll let Psyche do whatever she
Hell
wants.
no. It was the right decision.
I think Domination and Play were like the songs, though, that really probably won that general audience over. Like, if I'm thinking about like what they play and stuff, I think those two songs were really good, and they still got to do whatever the hell they want with these other ones, Real Existence, No God. And then what they did, Freedom, and then Unleash, and and that's really cool that they still switched it up,
Yeah, it's just cool seeing a crowd that didn't know him, and then Konami starts out da 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 da, and the crowd's like, yeah, like they don't know what the song it is.
Yeah,
just doing that, just 2 chords, man, and they knew something was up.
Well, and then the bands that are the fans that are following the last Rockstars, because they're following them. They probably go into every single show from the last Rockstars. It's cool because now they're gonna get. Now they heard Domination Play over and over again, so those are going to be 2 that get stuck in their head,
Right.
And No God. That's so interesting they chose No God. Was that with the intro?
Or
no, just straight intro. Songs, and yeah.
Wow, what a song to pick! Like for,
I mean, they were probably going to pick one of the more like medley songs, right? Like one of those.
That's not the one I expected, though.
No God's as good as it comes.
Yeah, it is. It's just not one I would expect, from that album.
Real Existence is it's just a badass song, dude.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised. I'm like, hell yeah.
I really like Real Existence. It is interesting to me though that seems to be like the one song from that they didn't write themselves that they like always like to try to stick into their sets. Like most of the other songs that I guess they play Freedom, which they didn't write also, right?
Yeah. Right.
But most of the songs that they play nowadays are from the albums that they were like 100% hands-on with.
Yeah.
But it's cool when they go back and they play some of those older songs. Like
they were just huge hits with the fans.
Did you have any PTSD, Ryan, when you saw all those phones in that one shot that I just showed you right now?
No. I think I'm okay now, if I get in that situation again, I think I'll be okay. We'll see.
I laughed so hard when I first pulled that up. It's just like a wall of phones. Like, oh God.
No.
Just imagine Ryan behind all of them right there at that moment. Right when they come on, you just see that like right across the sea.
You're all on my shit list.
So let's move on, guys. Was there anything else you guys want to end off on that? No? We're good.
I know, man. I think we covered it.
Did you guys watch the new Baby Metal official music video, Metal Kingdom? Yes. No. What did you think? What did you guys think? Saw some live concert footage.
I just realized I was muted. Yes is the answer.
Yeah. What did you guys think of the show?
Why don't you tell us how you felt first, Alan?
Well, I was expecting live audio, first of all, not just a song over it. But then, this is something that they have always done, where they come out with the official music video and they put it. I do wish they just came out with this video. Oh shit! I did not mean to play that. Copyright. Koba's coming after me.
It's okay. You don't have original sound on, so it's all good.
Well, no, they can hear it. You guys can't.
Okay.
They can still hear it. But I don't understand why they even released the audio, honestly. But maybe they wanted to get fans ready for the concert so they can sing along. That's my only thing I can think of is why they did it like that. Because if they did the other way around, I think you guys would feel differently. They'd be like, oh, that's cool. They took live footage and turned it into a music video. A lot of bands do that. But I think they released the audio first so it could get people ready to do the chanting and singing live, because that happened for sure. And it's kind of crazy. It's at almost 500,000 views already in 2 days. Just having Sue and Mo on this video really upped the game, I think, in general for it. But I thought the stage looked fucking awesome. It looks so crazy. It looks so good. And I am a little worried when I go see them that I'm not going to get this experience, because this is just baby metal, not baby metal on a bill. So that kind of sucks, because this is the kind of show I want to go see, is like this, with them playing for a long extended set where the stages goes around their dancing and stuff. So I don't think I'm going to get that kind of show when I go see them, which is kind of sad. But maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about it. But I thought it looked really cool. I love how it fits the style of the music, very mature, even the way that the stages were set up compared to last shows. So I loved it. I know, it's just the official song on the official music video, but I mean, that's how they've always done it. So at first I was like, oh, that's lame. I was expecting live audio, but at the end of the day, I was like, whatever. I'll hear the live audio later.
So I have a couple questions then. One, you're saying that the audio that was on that music video was the same as the audio that we heard from the original video?
Yeah, that's just
studio track.
That's just studio track.
So is the studio track over like a live performance?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Gotcha. I didn't realize that until you just said it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. So that's of course, they've always done that. They do that a lot. They have that with shows like Shanti Shanti. They do some weird cool effects with it, but it's still their live performance put into that with the live studio track. But I'm curious, chat. How do you think it'll be with Baby Metal just opening for Sabaton? Like, what kind of show should I expect? Should it be like what I've seen in the past, where they just kind of come out and do their thing, or will it be a whole stage get up, or will it be a whole incorporating their actual show that they normally do when they do like this 2-day kind of thing with their live set? I'm curious. But so what did you guys think of the video?
I'll go. I thought the video itself was awesome. I thought that the whole live performance looked visually super appealing and cool. Like I was being there for that would be a really cool experience, and I thought that they captured it really, really well in film too. I was hoping, I guess probably like a lot of other people were, that it was going to be an actual live sound, because I was wondering the whole time, because after our original reactions and discussions about this song, I was just waiting, like, I want to hear what this sounds like live. That's where this is supposed to, like, because this song was built to be a live song, obviously, right? Like it's got the chanting, you're supposed to get the crowd into it, and it opened the show just like we were talking about, right? So it's got all of that going for it. I was hoping to hear the crowd with it, you know, when I watched it.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to.
Because I wanted to know, like, how well is this going to work for an opening track and stuff like that. And it seems like a lot of the people that I've read comments on and stuff are saying that, like, you know, people were really, really into it. And someone was saying that people who were around were crying. I saw some comments on the video saying that people were crying listening to that and stuff like that. So it's clearly working for the people that are in the crowd. But I also feel like I can't really say that much because we didn't hear it. And I was I was I was hoping that the band would be on stage for it, I guess. Also, because like we didn't see that, right? So my follow-up question to what we saw was, when they do this live, and somebody should be able to answer this actually. Yeah. When they do this live, do they have a backing track for the audio being played behind them, and then just Sue's vocals are live? Or is the whole band playing the whole song live along with Sue's vocals? I would like to know the answer to that question.
It's a really good point. And I have some comments on here. Let me pull it up real quick for I wonder, did they have a live band, guys? I don't remember what I read.
Not in the video.
No, because the video was the audio track. So, but I'm wondering, you
couldn't even see the band. So I mean,
yeah. So the band wasn't there, but there was a back, right? So the band could have been behind the back. I'm just wondering, like, when they're playing the song live, is the song actually being played, or is it a backing track? Just like
saying the band was there.
The band is live, they're saying. If anybody has a video that's not too, like, I don't want to like step on toes, maybe I can show it real quick or something like that.
I was looking for him and I couldn't see him.
This is very good to hear, though.
They're on stage, but I didn't see him at all. So
yeah, I didn't see them either. I was looking for them, but it's very good to hear that the band was playing with them on that, because the thing that I thought, like, you know, was gonna make that song badass live was those like intense guitar sounds during the chorus along with the chanting, right? Like, those are the two things that I think would make that live performance sound really, really good.
Yeah.
And just doing it over a backing track, I would have been disappointed, you know, because then it's like, well, you know, you get the chanting, but you don't get the live sounds of the band, which I think is pivotal to that live environment. At least for me, it is.
Most bands do live and backing track, you know,
right.
And in this video, somebody did remind me, there's a faraway shot where you do see the band there. I'm just trying to find it right now. I can't find it. But go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, they're off to the side of the stage?
I think they're in front of it, like below.
I gotta look at it again.
Yeah.
I must have missed them.
So Kobe's saying, wait till you hear Monochrome live. It's nuts. I can't wait.
Cool. Yeah, I bet it is. So my personal opinions is, like, there's really not much to say. It looked really cool visually. It was really appealing, you know, but like audibly, you know, there was no change for us, at least. So I'm still waiting to see the actual live performance, because that's where BABYMETAL shines. You know, BABYMETAL is at their best when they're doing shit like live, right? And this was.
So he says you can see him here at 4:30. I didn't see it, Paul. Maybe it's a little bit further. Oh, there they are.
Oh, there's
there they are. They're right behind him. They're right behind him, actually.
So why, you know, they recorded it, man. I mean, it just makes me wonder.
I don't think they had time to mix it yet. They're probably still mixing it, producing it, like they do with all their live recordings. You know what I mean?
For me, it was like, after my initial video, we know how that went. People were like, oh, wait till you see live. Wait till you see live. For me, one, if a track isn't very good on its own, then it's only good live, then I'm like, then it's not that. It should be pretty good studio. I mean, don't you record exactly what you want?
That's true.
But anyway, I understand the idea of a live experience being better. So when I saw it, I'm like, oh, it's a you know, we got new video. I was wanting to have live shit too, and it obviously didn't happen. So I kind of tuned out after a while, because I'm like, after a few minutes of the visuals and knowing how the rest of the song went, I'm like, okay, I don't see the band at all. Which I guess if I would have waited for another 2.5 minutes, I would have seen the band. But you know, whatever. I love the freaking song now. I pointed that out. I you know, I was at work listening, it came on and I was like, what is this? I'm like, oh yeah. And I listened to it repeatedly that day. It's a really cool song. still too long.
It's funny. Mo was giving the Ryan Mears stare while you were talking about that song. She's like, "What are you saying?
Yeah,
watch what you say."
freaking great song. I was just hoping to see. I wanted to see the band, like even though the track wasn't live for the video, I was kind of disappointed to not see the band, like, you know, featured a little more.
Yeah,
It may be that for other songs, maybe just the opener, they want to focus on Moa and Sue, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that's how it's all going to be. I was really looking forward to seeing them do the thing and hearing that shit be heavy and driving. But
well, it's like those bands we've heard that they're just good live, but the CD you can just it's all right, And I always wonder why Cobra just doesn't put out live albums at that point. Like, I almost feel like that would be a cool thing to do. Like, they could have done a live album for all the concerts I've seen, because I've liked all of them for different reasons, because all of them have something different to them that I really enjoy. And it would have been amazing if they did some, like, live. I know they have come out with live, like, album stuff, but I wish it was, like, promoted to the fact where it was on Spotify, on playlist, like, you could, is more accessible for everybody, because that's the one thing, they're really good about making money off of BABYMETAL, but they could have capitalized a lot more if they released all those live recordings as a kind of like a CD format or something, and you could also stream it and stuff. I always wonder why they missed out on that opportunity to do that. I know they have some stuff out there, but it's kind of weird that they don't.
Ooh, Infinity Mirror, that's what everybody needs, right?
Infinity Mirror. Hey, Champ is back. I think he's back.
Oh,
he's trying to come back.
Hey, sorry about that, guys. I'm
just all your fault. Control your internet.
I know, right?
Yeah, and Kobe, like you said, they have Red Knight, but all of them are so good. Like, what about the 2021 live performance? That would have been amazing on a CD, I don't know. It's interesting. But yeah, I think the tracks do stand alone on their own, and like you said, people will be like, oh, that's their defense mechanism immediately when you say it's all right. They're like, well, wait until it's live. I think it's just
wait, whoa, what
I'm not
hold
gonna
on.
sit
I'm
and
sorry.
watch concerts all the time. I listen to music most of the time when I'm doing other shit.
Well, that's what I mean.
What did I miss? Wait, I missed something in like 30 seconds that seems to have changed the trajectory of this conversation completely.
Hold on one second. That's why I think they should have live CDs. You know how the bands in the past had always come up with live albums? Like, that's why I think they should do that. So like you're saying, like you were about to say, I want to just listen to it. I don't want to watch concerts all the time. Exactly. That'd be a perfect situation for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ryan, I'm guessing you were saying that you don't want to have to see things live in order to really love it.
That's part of it. But I mean, yeah, like, I don't know. And just saying, some people, it's like, oh, for me, it's the visuals. Well, it's not the visuals for me. I realize that that's a huge part of the show, but just hearing the music played live by the band changes how, it can be a little more aggressive. There can be some additional solos, whatever. So that's what I was really looking forward to. We just didn't get it. So I'll wait longer.
Yeah. Okay. But, I gotcha. So that's kind of how I was feeling too, where it's like, I'm not angry about what we got or anything, because to me, what we got was not the full thing yet, right? It's like, so when the full thing comes out, I'm still excited to hear the full thing. I want to hear the live experience and see the live experience together. So this was like a little stopping point. It's like, okay, cool, we got to see what it looked like. It looked cool. But I'm still holding reservation until we actually get a live performance, like audibly also.
Okay, so people are saying like Budokan 21 is also live album, but I can't go on YouTube Music and find that album. I can't go on Apple Music and it's not there. Maybe it's only on Spotify, but why? Why isn't it available every streaming platform? I don't have Spotify, so I mean, I guess I should get it to listen to those, because that's definitely worth it. But besides the point, somebody's saying they saw BABYMETAL with a Western commie band, but they didn't feel like they saw the real BABYMETAL. I thought the Western commie band was pretty badass. I don't know why you feel that way.
What is the real? See, they weren't on the studio, right?
Yeah, they weren't.
So how are they the real?
Exactly. Like, I don't know. Yeah, that's what is the real BABYMETAL then? That's the mystery inside the mystery of the lore that's also a mystery.
The real baby metal is a many, many, many people working behind the scenes to make this all become a crazy, awesome thing, right? Like,
maybe baby metal is not real. Maybe the band doesn't actually exist.
AI is always more advanced than we know it is. So.
Yeah, maybe these are not real people.
It's all holograms.
It's a bunch of autos.
This does look digitally processed. I don't know.
That's a very good rendering.
It's a very good rendering. They have us all fooled.
Kobe Cobb says, in the end, the real baby metal was us. Yes, we are all the real baby metal.
Yeah,
that is right. I'm still super excited about saying this, and if I got anything, I will say this. Like, visually, I know that Ryan, you're not as into it. You know, coming from the K-pop world like I have, visuals are pretty important over there also. So I've kind of like gotten my mindset a little bit shifted into that direction. And watching that video was really like, at no point during that like 5-6 minutes or whatever it is, was like 6.5 minutes long. Too long. At no point did I feel bored. You know, even though, so like, here's the thing. I hate to say it, but I'm going to be honest here. I got a little bored with just the audio alone of that song, and I talked about that in my reaction if you guys watched it, just because it's so long and some of the parts are really extended and obviously made for a live version of it. With the visual there, I appreciated it more because it was cool how everything looked, you know what I mean? But it's still only halfway to where I want to get it, which is getting all of it live.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, I've seen some footage that blows my freaking mind of their shows. I mean, the visuals are amazing.
Yeah,
but I just want to hear the live shit. That's all.
To me, they've got like a Nightwish thing going on, and you know, I don't know who's going to get mad about that, the baby metal fans or the Nightwish fans. But
I like baby metal way more than Nightwish. But
but sorry, like, guys. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like the visual aspect of it, the visual storytelling of both of those bands, is top notch.
Yeah,
you know. They put on these huge, crazy performances, and their stuff, their music, it sounds pristine live. You know, like you never hear anything mess up. It all sounds real clean and really works with the visual representation that they're putting on the stage. Also,
that is why I want to. That is why I want to see Nightwish live, because I feel like they don't have. I liked what I've heard, kinda, but not really. But I think it's because that whole storytelling thing never got across to me for some reason, like it did with baby metal. I don't know why. That's why I really want to see Nightwish live, because I've never been a fan of it. But I
think you do have to a little bit like shift your mindset a little bit into what you're getting into at that moment. Like, to me, watching like a Nightwish show live or like a baby metal show live, and neither of these bands have I actually seen live. Let me just preface it with that. But like in my mind, what I'm thinking of is like somewhere in between, you know, going to see a live concert and going to see like a live play. You know, like I could like a Nightwish show to me, or even a baby metal show to me, is like something in the middle of that, where you get dramatic storytelling moments along with cool music.
They're not just playing a show; it's a production. It's a whole production.
Yeah,
it's not just a concert with a cool light show. They go kind of hand in hand, like the whole experience.
If you ask my teenager self, I'd be like, I hate all of this, honestly. my teenager self would be like, this is ridiculous. I just want to hear awesome music. But now as I've gotten older, I love the whole show aspect, like the whole production. And
I would have said the same thing, my dude.
Yeah, like I'm like, wow, as a musician first starting off, I'm like, that was so fucking close-minded. I don't even think I would have even gave baby metal a chance like that long ago, you know? Which is just wild to think about, because there's another band that's doing like this whole production thing and really putting a lore and story to it, and it's called Sleep Token. And I was like, man, if I heard this like 5 years ago, I'd be like, this is boring. But no, I was intrigued the entire time, fucking loved every second of it. And I was like, I would never listen to this music before.
There's a lot of that's all I listen to, stuff I never would have listened
to. Yeah.
You know who kind of opened my eyes to the performance aspect, where I didn't really like the music, but I realized, hey, I can enjoy a performance of them without liking the music? Gwar. I saw Gwar and was like, that was one of the most entertaining shows I've ever been to. And then I never listened to any of their music on my own ever again after that. But every time they're in my area, I go to see them. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's fucking cool. It really is. It's the same with Oh shit, that the metal band that starts with a C. Uh, 3 words. You guys know who I'm talking about? Not Children of Bodom. Fuck. I don't know. I'll remember it later. Oh, Cradle of Filth. Cradle of Filth does the same thing where it's like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a big fan of their music, but their live show is amazing. The thing I like about Baby Metal more than all of these bands is that I like their music more. You know what I mean? So
Right
it's
on.
like they have the cool ass live show, but I do enjoy listening to the music more on the side.
Baby Metal's the reason why I think I like Sleep Token right now. They were my gateway to some of these other bands. I think that's why I want to go back and listen to like Nightwish, and that's why I went back and listened to Sabaton, because I'm like, there's stories behind these that are really fascinating. Also, it can be like a little bit of both, you know, fascinating storytelling and like what I've seen from Sabaton live videos. That's another band I know will not disappoint when I see them, and I cannot wait to see it because it's just energizing, uplifting. It's a cool feeling. So I think, man, it just goes back to that importance of live concerts, right? Like live concerts do matter, like in a sense, when you go watch them. It's an awesome experience when you go see them.
I feel like it depends on like what kind of band you are and like what you want your priority to be.
Yeah.
You know, because there are bands out there that all they care about is being technical and intricate. And as much as I appreciate and respect that aspect of music, also, I'm not going to listen to a band just because they're overly trying to do that too. You know what I mean? So it's like for me, I'm looking for that happy medium in the middle.
Yeah.
I honestly think out of all the bands that we just mentioned, Baby Metal has found that the most. I think Baby Metal has met to the happy medium where I can listen to the music and appreciate the live show all to the same extent, which is why I think I was a little disappointed about the new song. Not being live when we heard it, you know.
Do you like it more now though? Have you like done what Ryan has done, like where you've listened to it? Has it grown on you, or does it still feel the same?
You didn't watch my reaction to it, right?
No,
I watched Ryan's. Did I watch yours?
It's okay. Dude, you don't have to lie to me, bro. I'm not gonna feel bad about it.
Yeah, I don't quite remember it, but I think I did.
I'm honestly trying to remember because like,
and mine was long. It was like 20 minutes long too. So I didn't really expect people to like listen to me talk about it the whole time.
I just skip over the talking parts. No, I'm kidding.
But I felt like so the first time that I listened to it, I did not dislike it. Like I was like, this is a little long, and it ends up getting a little drawn out to the point where I got bored by the end of the song. But
yeah, you told us
the actual sound of the chorus, I think is awesome. Like I think that the chorus sounds great, and I think it's sing-alongable, you know, just like the chanting aspects of it. So at no point was I like, this is a bad song. Like but my mind hasn't changed on it either. I'm still waiting for that moment where I see it live. And
honestly, though, how many times have you listened to it again, though? Just that
like
one time?
Like 3 or 4 times. Because I've watched a couple other reactions. You know, I wanted to see how other people felt about it and stuff like that too. So I have listened to it a few more times since the first time that I heard it. I've probably listened to it like 5 or 6 times overall. And I still think that it's catchy, and I still think that it could be a really cool live song. But I'm not like, oh, I love this song now. It's still my least favorite of the 3 that have been released.
Yeah, because I mean, this is just going around in circles now. It's like, it's for the live. It's for that, but I'm like,
we're just gonna keep going in circles. You're absolutely right. Because that's you guys know how we feel about it. You guys know how we feel about it at this point.
But I can't wait to see them. I hope they're not playing a 30-minute set before Sabaton. I really hope that's not the case.
You're gonna get 4 songs, and everybody's gonna be super happy about it.
Yeah.
Don't you dare complain.
Now, as a consumer of music, you know, like if I travel to specifically see a band, like let's say I knew nothing about BAND-MAID, going back to band. Let's say let's say I love BAND-MAID, which I do. And I'm going to that concert, and I didn't realize it was only a 15-minute set, and I went there specifically for BAND-MAID, I'd be kind of pissed.
Yeah.
If I bought their ticket, flew to LA, right, and then I go see only a 15-minute set, I can understand why somebody would be super pissed and post something that might be a little bit negative.
Right. But this is different, right? Like this emotional. Is like when Sabaton put this show on to get, like, they knew Baby Metal was gonna be a part of it. It wasn't like they were a late attraction added, right?
Yeah. I mean,
so like
you guys are making me
think it's not going to be that. It's not going to be that.
You guys are making me think a little hard about this, and I'm having some little bit of regrets. I'm like, fuck, I'm probably only gonna get a 4 minute, but I'm there for Sabaton.
They're probably gonna do
too.
stuff together, man.
I'm there. Yeah, I'm there for Sabaton also. So like, cause I do like Sabaton, and Sabaton's definitely a band that has grown on me that I now been listening to a lot more. Which I never thought I would ever like Sabaton like I do now. Which is crazy. Like that's why I always give myself a chance to listen to albums and really appreciate it. Because they're fantastic musicians. They're so phenomenal, especially the guitar player. He's a singer for Majestica, and he's just amazing. But anyways, I'm getting off track. But I'm there for
I think
that
you'll
and
get
to
a full
meet
set,
everybody.
man. I think you'll get a full set.
Yeah.
I do. Because like I said, they're not a late edition. It's not like they're just squeezing BAND-MAID in like last ROCKSTARS was doing. They put this show together. They said, BABYMETAL, you're coming with us.
Yeah.
They're going to give BABYMETAL a full set.
Yeah. That would honestly though, I'm super excited about meeting all of you there, other BABYMETAL fans. I have not yet experienced that. You know, it was a great experience with the BAND-MAID fans too. So I'm excited about doing that because I feel like, well, you know, all the communities interject and everybody's really cool for the most part, you know. And I can't wait. So to
Definitely,
do that also
for sure.
In another country. That's scary though. I'm still scared about being stuck in the air for 8 hours. That's gonna be freaky, but yeah.
You'll be okay, buddy. I have faith in you.
So, I mean,
pilot.
Ryan's going to Japan, so I mean, how long is that
13-hour flight? 13 hours, 12, 13 hours. It's going to be.
Is it a one way? Just straight? Or is there a change of flights?
It's just one shot.
One shot. Damn. One
Flying out
shot.
Chicago, and you're going to be over nothing but water for hours and hours and hours. I'm not nervous about that at all. It's going to be fine.
You might crash.
Shut the fuck up, Alan. My family's right with me, you dick.
Oh man. Yeah.
Possibility.
Yeah, like people were saying though, this is planned tour with BABYMETAL for this was planned ahead of time. So yeah, we'll probably get an hour. Keep my fingers crossed.
I mean, you might not get it a full hour, maybe 45 minutes, but like even that, like that's good. How many? It's not like BABYMETAL even has that many songs. You know what I mean? If you get like a 8-song set,
it's because they don't have
that's
songs.
Like a quarter of their songs.
They don't have songs, champ. They have storybooks. Okay. I was kidding.
I do think that you'll probably get a live show that's a little bit less, over the top from what we just saw, for example. Yeah. I don't think it'll be that crazy, but I'm sure they'll bring everything that they can, to make it as BABYMETAL as possible.
S.J. Nix, this is the greatest quote ever. If you crash, you'll only care for a few minutes at most. Absolutely true. That's for the win. Thanks to who super chatted. I didn't catch or became a member. Got a notification, or maybe that was delayed. But I just want to say shout out to all the members real quick. For those listening, this is the YouTube membership where you get early access to reactions and other content that we just put up for members. We're gonna start doing a little bit more of those. So shout out to you guys that have been with us for 6 months plus now since we've started, and just want to say appreciate you guys.
Yeah, you guys rule.
And today we actually got a nice thing from our sponsor, which is our own merch shop, but they're allowing us to do free shipping. So take advantage of that.
Nice.
If you're in the UK and stuff. Free shipping is like fucking gold.
That's like a $25 savings right there on one shirt.
You just click the button at the top and then you're good to go. And now we're going to go ahead and keep it on BABYMETAL just for a moment. We're going to talk about the voting that we just did on Discord. I'm going to let Champ go ahead and talk about that. And if you can send me the link, Champ, for the site, we can see what is in the finals, because I think I was right. I was right.
I am pulling it up for you right now.
I was right on who won that one, so we're gonna go ahead and look at that and see what the wins are gonna be. So we're doing this battle of the songs in the Discord server. You can follow us on Discord. Once I got the link from Champ right now. We're gonna pull it up and we're gonna see how badly or how not badly they lost. So we had Road to Resistance, From Dusk Till Dawn. Wait, this is different than what I see. Wait, from the actual final. Okay, we had From Dusk Till Dawn, Megasune, and we had Syncopation and Headbanger.
There we go.
And these were like landslides, guys. Like Megasune 61-19. I knew that was gonna happen, but yeah, that crushed it. And then Syncopation, the Headbanger 47-35. Not as bad. So I was right on my predictions. I think you agreed with me this time, right, champ? So we have Megasune and Headbanger up against each other. Who do you think is going to win?
What is it?
It's Megasune and Headbanger. I'm just going to enjoy the fact that
Megasune's going to win.
Yeah,
it's we don't even have to ask this question.
I mean, I said it from the beginning though. Since we started it, just want to point that out. Just going to take my bragging.
All right. So now that we're
here,
though, now that we're here on the final two, here's my question: are they worthy final two? Are these the two best baby metal songs?
Megasune, absolutely. Headbanger, I think Headbanger just was in the right situation.
You think it got lucky with its draw?
It got lucky. It got in the right situation to get up there. But it's a really good song.
It is a really good song.
I would prefer Syncopation over it, obviously, but because if I'm being biased, Syncopation is the best song. But if I'm being, objective, Megasune I think is the best baby metal song.
All right, let's have a little fun here, Alan.
For reasons I've mentioned many times.
Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that drawing over there that we had.
Okay.
And we know that Megasune is the number one. It's gonna win. Let's be real. Okay?
It's 19-10 right now. I mean, the vote's still open, guys.
Okay, so maybe it won't. But I'm just gonna assume that it is for the sake of this conversation right now.
Did anyone win? Did anyone close to winning their brackets? The ones that they turned in?
I don't know. We're gonna have to ask Pubes about that. Actually.
Okay. See whose bracket's the closest.
So here's my question though. Of the bands that were on the bottom rung of the bracket, can you pull up the challenge thing again, Ellen?
All right.
Take a look at it.
The other video?
No, the challenge.com. The bracket that we were looking at.
All right, well, I'll stay on there. I just want to show that the voting was still open for that. There we
go. Right.
Here we go.
Okay, so if you look at the bottom half of this bracket, the part that Megasune was not part of, the part that Headbanger was a part of, are there any songs that you would have taken out of the top half of that bracket and put it onto the bottom and you think would have gotten past Headbanger? Like, do you think Road of Resistance, for example, would have gotten past Headbanger?
Yes.
Or Karate?
Headbanger would have lost Road to Resistance.
Okay, so then if you believe that, can you throw up a thing on the chat right now asking which one they would vote for between those two? Because I'm curious. I'm curious if it was the bracket setup.
I don't think Road to Resistance would be something else. Maybe. No, I don't know. Headbanger could win against Road to Resistance because Headbanger is like the song that everybody's singing in chat with us when we're doing the live concert reactions. So. If Pubak is gonna send me here, I'll put it up. I'll just say Road to Resistance. I think Road to Resistance could possibly beat Headbanger, but it'd be really close.
Do you think there's a better option up there? Like, do you think that there's anything else on that whole bracket that would have been beat Headbanger?
One, but that's a biased opinion. Obviously, Headbanger would beat the one. No, actually, I guess really, you said the bottom half.
It's got to be one of the ones that's in the last few brackets, or it doesn't matter.
Bottom half, I guess you might be right here. Syncopation would beat Headbanger. No, if I'm being honest with myself, maybe not.
Okay, what beat?
I don't know.
What beat Road of Resistance the first time?
No, these are hard questions.
What beat Road of Resistance the first time? I think it's at the top.
Lost to IDZ.
Okay,
and it beat Song 4, but that I mean, you get
okay. So that was going to lose to IDZ. So that's not going to beat Headbanger, right?
IDZ, I think would have beat Headbanger.
Okay, so then put that one up. I'm curious about that one. Okay, let's see that.
It was in the bottom half.
Looks like Headbanger beat out a whole bunch of songs anyway, didn't it?
It did, but I'm just wondering if it had an easier road to victory than some of the other ones that got against some of the big ones. Like, nothing was going to beat Megasune, right? So if anything competed against Megasune and they were on the bottom, they might have made it to the end.
I hate you right now. My head is fucking hurting. trying to think about this.
I'm sorry, it's not that bad. I was just curious.
I just went into deep thought process on this, and it hurts. Well, we got it up. All right. People are just gonna choose Headbanger Watch. We'll see. It's a tight race.
Yeah, because that's what they choose for all the other times. It was up against anything.
We don't want your opinion.
Yeah,
over
but
50%.
Yeah, but
50%.
Ryan, you got to remember, like Headbanger only had to compete against what, like 6 songs. There's another 40 songs that it could have competed,
and they all lost.
Yeah, but they might have only lost because they lost to other ones that got really far,
which also got voted against.
Like think about it. Okay, here's the explanation. Think about it in terms of like football. You have the East, you have the AFC and the NFC. You could have all the worst teams in the NFC and all the best teams in the AFC. Still, the winner of the NFC is going to go up against the AFC champion at the end of the year. That doesn't mean the NFC champion was
skill
best.
Deciding whether or not these fucking win. It's like
the brackets are split in two. There's a top half and a bottom half.
The team you wanted as opposed to the team winning.
But there's a bottom half and a top half. So the top half.
Fuck! It's the last two. They're in the final thing. That's what's
there's a competition.
I think.
All right, what's winning so far?
Headbanger.
Headbanger. 61-39.
I think somebody's right. Alan trying to discredit Headbanger. I think I am. I think Headbanger is a way better song that I'm giving it credit for. Because when I look at these, I'm like, if I'm being honest, yeah, I could see it winning. All the ones that it beat, I could see them beating them. Maybe No Rain, No Rainbow. Somebody wants me to do a poll for Rondo Nightmare, though. I mean, yeah, Rondo Nightmare. Or you want me to do No, they want me to do Road Over Resistance, the original one that we said.
Over what? Against Headbanger?
Yeah.
Well, if IDZ can't beat Headbanger, then Road Over Resistance can't because IDZ beat Road Over Resistance.
Oh yeah, that's true. But by one, Rotor Resistance beat IDZ, you mean?
No, IDZ won.
No, Rotor Resistance did. No, oh wait. Yeah, Rotor Resistance won. No, look it.
No, Rotor Resistance went to
Rotor Resistance got all the way to From Dusk Till Dawn. All right.
It lost to Dusk Till Dawn. Gotcha.
Yeah. Which
so then the better question would have been From Dusk Till Dawn versus Headbanger.
Yeah.
Oh, Headbanger beat Dusk Till Dawn. Here. All right, we're gonna do Rotor Resistance first.
Why?
Ready? I don't know. I just feel like shut right. My thoughts don't make sense.
This is an interesting experiment to do right here. How much do tournament?
Yeah, put it against Headbanger right now.
Just based on what we're talking about, I am almost positive Papa Ya destroys everything in this poll.
Yeah.
Papa Ya would destroy everything?
Yeah, just because they would be agitated at us.
Yeah.
They would all be trolling us to victory.
Yeah. Can't trust anything in this.
Papa Ya trolling to victory.
All I know is that I said Megasune. I was right about Megasune. So, just
you were absolutely right.
I'm going to take my win where I got it. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to run away with that.
It was deserved, man. It was deserved. You knew the BABYMETAL fan base. You got it. Facts.
All right, let's look at these polls. Okay, so here's the standings for picks potential. You guys ready? Ready to see these prediction charts? All right. So, thank you for blurring out the emails. I appreciate that. We only had this many people turn in brackets. So picks. These are the picks, and what? The score. So the person who won is Autos43 with 63 points. Prophet 12 was 1 point behind him with 62.
Ooh,
damn. The score potential, of course, 69, 68, 57. What's the potential mean? So this is the points that they got in the rounds and everything. So is this because people didn't make picks and lost points?
Okay, so the potential is how much they could have gotten. The score is what they actually have.
That's pretty fucking impressive for Prophet 12 and Autos 43. It's really good.
Yeah, he says I'm from the future, so this prediction will be 100% correct. Congratulations, Autos. You almost convinced us that is true.
Everyone put Megasune at the top pretty much, except for the two, Headbanger and HMS. Of course, you put Headbanger.
Shocker.
Wow.
Cool. Well, there it is, guys. That's the winner. We will get in. If you can DM us or go over to the Discord, just let one of us know who you are, get us in touch with you, and we'll send something out to you for the victory.
Hell yeah, man. Some merch. Send you some merch.
Merch.
We'll get you something, my homies.
Yeah. Pubaka, I would have went with Syncopation also, man. I would have put Syncopation. It's funny, like, how your votes change. Like, if you put, like, if you're going to win something, then your votes change drastically sometimes. So.
All right, cool. Well, that's it. Baby Metal Tournament.
Over.
It was fun while it lasted. We will be certainly setting up another one. I'll get in touch with our man Pubes again in probably a couple of weeks, and we'll discuss what the next one's going to be. If you guys have any great ideas, let us know.
Yeah, put it in the chat right now. What do you guys want? And if you're listening on Spotify or any of those streaming services, come on to YouTube, drop a comment letting us know what you would like us to do for competition next, and we'll set up the brackets and everything. You guys can put them in and win some merch or win other goodies.
Oh yeah, technically it's not over yet. We're still voting for the last round. So
I know we're assuming it's over.
Yeah,
guys.
It's rigged. You guys are calling the end. It's not even over
literally,
yet.
I forgot that it was still going on until I just read Pubes' comment right now and realized, oh wait, we're not just giving the victory to Megatsune.
Everybody, go change your votes just to fuck with Alan.
Oh my god,
as a favor of me, go change it.
Don't do that.
Only because you believe the song's better.
Now you're now you're really fucking with the voting, okay, Ryan?
Oh, I'm not. You vote for what you want.
Now you're really swaying everyone.
All right, let's just start this whole. Let's start this whole conversation. Let's start this whole competition.
You're gonna listen to me.
I guess you haven't won yet. We're already announcing what. You might lose.
Yeah, right.
You might lose now because of Ryan. Ryan could have fucked up your whole entire winning.
No.
You can thank Ryan for that.
No. Ooh.
Oh, man.
Somebody, Cynical B just said.
Apologize.
Cynical B just said bassist competition, and I don't think we're going to do that, but it is interesting to go like a solo individual artist competition.
Oh, man.
That might be something worth considering in the future.
Those are just so easy to predict. I like the song ones because you know.
But the problem with the song ones is we're gonna run out of bands that everybody knows all the songs from.
Sure.
Like we already went through the two biggest ones. What's next? We got like Love Bites.
No, but it might be really interesting to do because then it might like promote listening to a band all the way.
Yeah, it might get people listening to Hanabier.
Yeah,
awesome.
We could do shorter brackets. We could do like
how many people
for bands like.
How many people went back and listened again to like BAND-MAID and BABYMETAL when these came out? Did you actually go back and like, oh, you know what? Let me listen to all these songs again to remember, or like, because with BAND-MAID you could easily forget about songs because there's so many of them, and you could go back and listen to them, and you're like, oh shit, I forgot about that. There was some BAND-MAID ones I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that song. Went back and listened to it. Oh damn.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's like we can do that, but I don't necessarily know. Like, let's say there's 100 people that vote for something. I don't necessarily want only 20 of them to have heard the song before if they're going to vote on it, so it's like it depends on how many people are actually going to be interested in it. That's why we need to talk to the people over here and see what they're into. And people are saying Nemophila bracket now, and I'm like thinking like, yeah, that would be great. I know a lot of people listen to Nemophila now, but they've only got like 20 songs, something like that. So it's like it would be a really short bracket. We could do something like that, but it'd be like a 16 song bracket instead of like a 32 song bracket.
Hey, Leon, I don't assume that you don't stop listening. I'm just saying, like, sometimes I get stuck on an album, I'll listen to the same album a few times over or something, and then you're like, oh shit, I forgot about that.
I still want to do a band one. I know everybody else is giving me shit for it.
Fine, do a band one.
There's going to be like a fight or something, but I want to see which ones make it to the end.
Yeah, I want to be right about another thing, so let's do it.
What are you gonna? Unless you say BAND-MAID, you know that you're not gonna be right about it. So
I think BABYMETAL is gonna win. Actually, I honestly
you think we have more BABYMETAL fans than the BAND-MAID fans on our chat streams over here?
I know BABYMETAL fans. They're just gonna come fucking and
you're gonna go find them and bring them in.
No, I would never do that. BAND-MAID and BABYMETAL will be at the top, and BABYMETAL will like pull off on the very last second.
I'm
That's
actually
my
not even
prediction.
sure that Baby Metal would make it to the end with our fan base. I think Love Bites might be
Wow.
able to beat them out. See, that's why I want to do this. I think it would be interesting to see
Once
that.
Baby Metal fans find out there's a voting for Baby Metal, it's over. I'm just saying. It's over. Oh, we should do the last Rockstar bracket.
Oh my god.
That would be interesting, though. Actually,
Would
like,
it?
take 5 songs from each of the members that they did in other projects or something, and like put them all up.
Man.
That'd be interesting. There's so many polls
You know,
we could do.
we also
That's
have a
the
lot of
thing-
people.
That's the thing I don't really want to do research for. If I'm honest.
Ryan,
I
how much
them as artists and musicians, but I've heard some of their stuff and I really don't want to listen to it.
Yeah. Well, how much research have you done on these brackets in the past, Ryan?
Simp
If
fight.
I knew it, I voted for it. If I didn't, I didn't.
Well, then you can do that with the last Rockstars too, and just not vote for any of
Be
them, I guess.
Yeah.
I do think it would be really interesting to see what would end up making it out because you know we have a lot of fans that are like really into Scandal and Passcode also, for example.
Yeah.
And
Maybe we
I
should
would
cover
like
more
to see how far they could go. Yeah, I would love to talk more about them. Honestly, I like
right.
them a lot.
So whatever, we'll get a poll thing working right away. We'll get it going so we have these for the show.
Well, let's finish the one that we're on now.
Yeah, let's finish the one we're on.
It's over.
And then we'll get
It's
onto it.
I mean, right now it's 23-11.
Demand a recount.
The demand a recount. Simp fight. I love this. Yeah, it'll pretty much turn into a simp fight.
Look though, Headbanger and Roto Resistance was closer than the other one that we did, which is interesting.
Yeah, but still not surprising. This Headbanger made it to the end.
They did. Hey, they earned it. Good
It
for them.
headbang this way to the end. All right.
Cool.
Let's do some quick news here. I got some quick news articles to go over real quick. And then we're going to get to the top 10.
It's back.
So Love Bites. Love Bites. Well, it's not really quick news yet. We're going to talk about Love Bites. Love Bites, it did this like signing thing. They did this live stream. That was really cool. Somebody put something in our Discord. I'm going to pull it really quick. That's talking about they're doing like special seal editions for the album and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
That I thought was interesting. He wrote some stuff. Let me pull it up real quick. But the whole album's out yet. I haven't listened to it yet. Has anyone in the chat listened to it?
The whole album is out or isn't out?
It is out.
It is.
Whole album.
I need to listen to it then because I'm really looking forward to hearing more of this.
So was there and playing. So in this, so you get in some of the special editions of the CD. Shout out to CMST again for providing this information. So there's a 25-minute audition video. There will be a 20-minute video of Fami performing 4 songs on that DVD or whatnot. And the first 3
Just her?
songs. Yeah, come from Fami's final audition session where she plays the full versions of the following songs: Shadowmaker, Golden Destination, and Hammer of Wrath.
Wait, hold on. The album is not out yet. It's not out for another 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Did I read that? Oh yeah, February 22nd. I hope people went and looked for it really quick and bookmarked it then.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah, I looked it up because I was like, wait, did I miss the album drop? How could I have
That
missed
seems like something we should have probably been talking about.
We actually read this news off already, so but yeah, just friendly reminder. I'm trying to make sure everyone's awake. Were you awake? I hope everyone went.
Obviously, we just proved it.
No, I just pulled up the Love Bites website, and it's a nice photo for the header.
Is that a credible source for when the album's dropping?
The Love Bites website? Probably.
I'm just fucking with you. The C limited edition will have instrumental versions of the songs. That's really cool. Ooh, get that C limited edition. Supposedly this was created for Asami to sing at home without bothering her neighbors. Note the guy was probably trolling us when he said that. Probably.
That's cool, man. I respect bands that put out their instruments.
So they're gonna have individual character seal stickers, which I think is shown in that video. At the 1 hour and 9 minute mark, you can see that. For example, Miyadori's seal makes her look like a cartoon version, Cleopatra. She is surrounded by snakes in that photo. Fami was drawn holding a wolf. Miyako has a guitar and is also holding the scales of justice. Haruna is flanked by the sun and the moon. Asami is holding a sword. They showed 5 different character seals, but there's also a 6 mystery seal or sticker that was not shown online. And on the back of those seals is a comment or quote. So there's something written on the back of these character seals or stickers that hold some meaning for the individual members. Fans were encouraged to collect them all, of course. So really, that's really cool. Thanks for that information, by the way. Thank you for sharing that for us on Discord. By the way, Discord, you can like put topics for shows. You guys have ideas, go ahead and drop them under there. We have notifications on all the bands from their Twitter accounts. For missing a Japanese band, let us know on Discord. We'll add it. And we also have a weekly top 10 submission where you can submit a band or music video you think that should be considered in consideration for the top 10. You can throw it in there.
Looking on their site, you could at one point get a fork and a spoon with the Love Bites logo laser etched onto it.
Oh wow!
I didn't know that was.
Would you use that to eat?
Why else would you buy a fork and a spoon?
All right, I am so confused right now, guys, about these Love Bites releases because people are saying in the chat that they had released new songs. So I went in to look for it, and I found it, and what I'm looking at right now is if you go onto Love Bites YouTube channel and then you go into, it's not on the regular part of their channel. You have to go into the Judgment Day. No, you have to go into Judgment Day, the playlist for Judgment Day. And it looks like they've released both Dissonance and The Spirit Lives On, 2 other songs off the album. And they both say a month ago. Okay. So apparently these 2 tracks have been out for the last month.
Wow. And they probably just released it as an EP on the streaming sites, and that's why it's 3 songs. Because I think it's the
it's definitely, it's audio only. There's nothing else on it.
Yeah.
But I will say, just surprising, this is what's surprising me so much about it. 1.5 thousand views on Distance. Just 1.5 thousand. And then like the music video's got 500,000. And again, this feels like a YouTube issue to me because on YouTube, because I couldn't find this song without either searching directly for it or going into their playlist. And it feels like with only 1.5 thousand views, feels like nobody even knows that it's available.
It's because it was only released through the streaming services. They didn't publish it as like when you go to the plus sign, you add a YouTube video. That's why it doesn't get pushed at all through YouTube. You have to physically search for it. So with Love Bites, the Judgment Day, that was pushed as a music video, and it recognizes it, and it'll sync it up once there is a music video, and all the views will accumulate. But everybody gets a notification and stuff when they drop that music video. Those other 2 tracks,
it's on music. It's on music as opposed to just YouTube Music, as opposed to YouTube in general.
Yeah, they added it themselves to that playlist, so that's why you can see it on that playlist, and that's why it's hard to find.
Very interesting. So I feel like they should maybe promote this a little bit harder or something like that. Like
maybe they have a music video that's coming out for these 2. Who knows? And then they'll promote it.
Because I had no idea this existed until people in the chat were telling me right now. And like I said, I had to go out of my way to find it. And I feel like they probably
I might check these. I might check these out with the band tonight for a reaction.
It also says, just so you guys know, it says 7 unavailable videos are hidden. So which means that they have the entire playlist uploaded. You know what? Oh, I might have just figured something out because people were saying that it only got released 2 days ago. This says a month ago. Maybe they uploaded all the songs a month ago and are just making them non-hidden right now.
Maybe those are music videos. Maybe we're getting 7 music videos.
No, I think it's just the rest of the songs on the album. I think it's just the rest of the tracks on the album.
I want 7 music videos, champ.
Slowly unhiding them. I want 7 music videos too. But I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe there was 2 other Love Bite songs that were out, and I had no idea that happened. That's crazy.
But when you release the album, you can choose when they drop. So they probably did those 3 all the time. So
Dissonance sounds like a freaking beast of a song. I gotta make a video for these.
I'm about to say I'm going to show the band tonight. Then I was like, I didn't even realize
they're all Judgment Day is like almost 6 minutes long. Spirit Lives On is 5.5 minutes, and Distance is just about 5 minutes long.
Wow.
Okay, and how does CO says?
Sorry, shortest one on here is Dissonance. Everything else, or My Orion, everything else is longer than that.
Wow, that's crazy. 4:58. Distance is 4:58. That's the shortest one.
No, shortest one's 4:35. My Orion.
Oh, okay.
And everything else is longer than that. Wow.
Okay, so people are saying that Dissonance has been out for 2 days, which means they uploaded it a month ago and just stopped hiding it 2 days ago.
Right.
But they didn't promote it all. I think they should promote it. I want to know when this shit happens.
Guys, Mikoto says BAND-MAID LA show is being aired in theaters in Japan, Tokyo, and Kanagawa Prefecture theaters were all sold out already.
Hey, that's news that I should have said something about.
That is
but
awesome.
Yes, that is cool, man.
And here's a sample of the sticker. Thank you, Mikoto.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, that's not what I was expecting for artwork.
Can't even see.
Ooh. There it is.
Very cool. Very, very cool. It's her holding a sword. I forgot what I was going to say. All right. Well, some like little quick things going on. So the band that Lisa X is started, I'm going to mess up the name. Is it Koi? Koi. It's halfway there. But they had rehearsal. So this is them rehearsing, getting some songs down. I wish my fucking rehearsal space looked like this. Jesus. Imagine, like this would be so bad.
It'd be neat. Rehearsal space.
I got to do that like one time. That was a studio here in Texas, but anyways, that's so awesome. That's so we're gonna be getting music from them probably pretty soon. You know,
I'm looking forward to that, man.
Yeah, I really want to see what they put together. And Paladusk is doing this tour. I just want to say this was just such an awesome lineup that caught my attention. Wagamama Rakia, which I have like became a fan of because of that EP Shell sent me. Shout out to you, Shell, for sending me. I actually dig it a lot. It's so unique. You guys should check it out if you haven't yet already. It's really good. Let me see if I have.
Yeah, when I'm listening to stuff randomly and they come on, I'm always checking my phone. Who is this? Wagamama Rakia's on there.
They're very good.
Oh, man, I think I have it over there with my other CDs, but it's like I think it's a reddish looking album. It's so good. It's so good. You guys should check it out. I think that looks pretty similar to the cover that I have, but it's really good, really good. And then Soka Ninaro hit 100,000 subscribers, so congratulations to them. So that's awesome. Cool. Congrats to them. And now for the top 10. We should be doing a highlight of the band, but Champ disappeared, so I'll wait until he gets back. But let's talk about the top 10 here for a second until he gets back. So in 10th place, we got Missing by Otto. Number 9, we got Hanabi. Jumped up 4 spots to get in 9. So
nice.
This song is blowing up, man. They
are blowing up. They're getting a lot of attention, dude, and I'm so happy about it.
Yeah.
Such a fun band to watch. Like their live shit they do on YouTube is hilarious because they're just goofballs, man. They're awesome.
I love them. They're definitely gonna be one of my favorite. Monochrome is No Change at number 8, and number 7, Otto drops a spot. Number 6, we got Tatsuya with Scar, and we have Hoshimachi with dropped 1 spot. Burning Hot and Self-Sacrificing. Is this something new?
Dude, there's some stuff I'm not recognizing from.
Yeah, this one's new. So this is a virtual YouTuber. It's a Japanese VTuber or whatnot. Number 4, we got 1OK Rock. We got TK from Ling. How do you say that? Tosit Sigire? First
Toste?
Death?
Toste.
Wait, I have heard this song. How's this new? This is not. Isn't this?
It's new to the list.
It's new to the list for sure. I feel like I've heard this song. Why do I not can't recollect? It's not from Chainsaw Man, is it? Anyways, Chainsaw Blood.
That one might be.
Vondi. This one is 100%.
Awesome.
And then Zutomayo number 1. Champ, now you're back. You want to tell everyone about the Patreon stuff, and are we going to do a highlight of a band soon, or all that good stuff?
A highlight of the band?
Yeah. Well, where somebody from Patreon gets to choose a band that we show
yeah,
some love.
nobody was really responding to that stuff, so I just kind of stopped doing it. We're getting like one comment, and I was like, well, I guess you're the winner.
That's how easy it is to win, guys. If you're a Patreon, that's how easy you can get a band highlighted on this show. It's that easy.
Yeah. I'll probably bring it back at some point. If it seems like something that you guys are interested in, but it didn't really seem like anybody was interested, so I kind of stopped doing it. But
my bad.
No, it's all good. But yeah, if you go over to the Patreon, we do group reactions almost every week. but Wave has been gone for the last 2 weeks. So those last 2 weeks haven't happened, but there's a ton of stuff up there right now. BAND-MAID reactions, Scandal reactions, Love Bites, a bunch of alt idol groups, like everybody. We've checked out everybody over there as groups. So if you want more stuff from us, you could always go to patreon.com/guys and guys and check out that stuff. You could also get stuff from being a channel member too. I know we already talked about that, but yeah, a lot of you guys have been channel members for quite a few months now, and we really appreciate that. And that gives you additional content as well as the ability to get the new emoticons and, just look cooler in our streams because you got a little Guys logo next to you.
Yeah,
and we always appreciate seeing that.
I never see our face emojis being used, chat. You guys don't like to play with our faces that much.
They used to play with our faces a lot,
and we got some new fresh off the press Ryan faces too. Being added.
Huh?
I literally just added. They're like, you can add new emojis. Just put Ryan's face for all of them. So we changed the name. Shreds. We're calling this the Shreds. Most bodacious rise. Anthem. Wheels of Fire. Most heinous drop. 17 spots with Bish. And then TK. First Death. Most excellent new entry. Amnesia. Surprise. Most bogus new entry. Mr. Fantastic, which is the band I just discovered. I just want to shout out to Dragonfly for, really pushing that band with our band. And the last song he suggested was amazing. I don't know if that's that song, but that's really cool that they're rising up on the charts. But really, really good band, guys. You should check them out. They're really good. I can't complain. So now we're gonna go look at the covers. Did our cover make it? Simno, did we make it on there? Did our BABYMETAL cover make it? Probably not. So Soka Ninaro had their cover show up at number 10. They went up a spot until the End of the World by Islam Donkey Wands. I think this just came out too. Number 9, we got Glimpse Spinky with Cherry in the Beak. Dropped a spot. Number 8, we have Soka Ninaro again. Number 7, we have Lisa X. Lisa X has been on here for a while. So they're still at number 7.
Yeah.
Wagaki Band is at 6. Number 5, we have Asterism. And number 4, we have Otto. This song has been on there forever. Asterism at number 3. Number 2, Otto. Number 1. Whoa. Don't remember this one. It's a Breakino dance cover. Michan. Very cool.
Michan. Okay, cool.
It's sad. Dichotic's BABYMETAL did not make it up there. Very sad.
Leon, access to Patreon videos is if you want the up-to-date ones, it is $10 per month, and then it allows you to also vote in the polls that we post so that you could choose what we'll react to, or you could go with the $5 tier where you get everything about 2 weeks later and no voting abilities. Your call.
Nice. And that is it, guys.
I just want to throw out that Hanabiya is they've been obviously on an uprise recently, and we've seen that happening. And they have about 65,000 subs on YouTube right now. But if you go over to their TikTok, they have 150,000. So I just want to say,
we should do TikTok.
TikTok is getting these bands famous now, man.
That's cool.
So
I guess they had like a TikTok that went viral, got like 3 million views or something, and most of them get like several thousand. So
Sleep Token is benefiting from that. The band I was just talking about earlier, blowing up like crazy on on TikTok.
TikTok.
I was about to say some weird ass name.
And Abby is playing a festival in Virginia. I wish they were playing. God, I want them to tour because I want to see them so bad.
I'm considering going, Ryan. Man, I really but it's just damn it. Yeah, we talked about that.
There's a lot of cool bands on that bill.
There's a lot of them. I think I'll only go if one of you guys go. One of you guys
go. Which bands are on there besides them?
Let's pull it up. Maybe we can. I think Wave clipped that one. Maybe I have the clip of us talking about it. I can't remember which. There's a lot of good bands though.
Somebody's gonna tell us in the chat.
Yeah, they're gonna tell us right now.
We're inept.
Hanabiya. Our Google searching skills are lacking today, and of course I cannot find it. Not buying a smartphone or going to TikTok. Good for you, man.
Yeah, good for you. Ollie.
Yeah, it's one of those things like a lot of people. I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to get into that discussion. But anyways, hey, if it's working,
TikTok doesn't do anything for me, but if it works for some other people, then go nuts.
If it
Pantera, Shinedown, Megadeth. Those are just what's.
I don't know. I don't know any of those bands. No, I was kidding.
Really? See, it ain't Pantera. It's Pantera Tribute, which I'm not super thrilled with what Zach's doing, you know?
Did you? So what do you think? Does it sound good or just meh?
I mean, if you want to hear Zach Wild play Pantera songs like Zach Wild would, sure. But
who else is in the band? Anybody?
Rex and Phil.
Okay.
And then you got Charlie Benante from Anthrax, who was killing the drums. He's like playing the shit exactly as Vinny did.
Uh-huh.
And Zach's just doing Zach stuff, which is cool. But,
yeah, like but if it's like Pantera, wouldn't you try to imitate it closely to it, or
yeah?
What do you guys?
Zach he's never tried to do that before, man.
No, he had an interview with Ola Englund before, and he said he's going to use guitars that Dime gave him, and he's going to stay pretty true to it, but he's still going to do his thing. But he's playing his guitars and just squealing the shit out of everything like he does.
So he bullshitted. Yeah, I mean that's what he did in Ozzy too. It was the same thing. It was like it barely sounded like Ozzy songs when he would play them live. Yeah. It was Zach Wild playing Ozzy,
which
he's a great guitarist. You know,
his guitars are freaking hideous though. I gotta say,
you don't like the spiral one
on every fucking body shape? No,
why not?
It's like SG with a V. It looks like a overstuffed guitar. I don't know.
No. I liked it the first time I saw it. I remember that.
I can't find this festival that Hanabi is playing at. I'm like
Blue Ridge Rock Festival.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I did a video about this. So that's probably where I'm confusing about this. Yeah, because they have a bunch of packages ready, and they're actually pretty reasonable prices, actually, for this thing.
Oh, Machine Head, Chevelle, Flyleaf, dude. I'd see them rather than Pantera, Shinedown, or Megadeth. Machine Head would be a freaking awesome show.
So September 7th to the 10th for
Tech 9. Shit, dude. I might go now.
Who's that?
Vince Neil.
Is this day awesome 2 that you're talking about?
I don't know. It's just the lineup.
This is funny. Okay. You can get a 6-month payment plan, guys. 6-month payment plan. Camping.
Is Vince Neil there by himself? That would be funny. Hear him not sing Motley Crue songs.
Evanescence.
Biohazard?
Did it say Soulfly? What?
Yeah, dude. Soulfly, that'd be awesome too. Parkway Drive.
I'm surprised you like Parkway Drive.
A lot of these bands you're mentioning, I haven't really listened to.
Scott Stapp.
He fucking does shit?
Apparently. Atreyu!
I haven't heard of Atreyu forever.
Man, I loved Atreyu for a little while, man. Back in the early 2000s.
They were really big in the Northeast, I remember.
They were one of my favorite bands, and then they like went full pop, and I was like, okay, see you guys.
And they kind of failed in that, huh? Going full pop.
Which is what happens all the time. Thrice, another example of that. Great band, went too poppy, stopped being great.
Yeah, because they were thinking they would get a whole new audience and didn't work.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen. And then, like Thrice specifically, they're going around right now touring the Artist in the Ambulance album, which is like a 15-year-old album because they can't write good music now.
Fit for an Autopsy. That's a good name.
All right, guys. Well,
Stabbing Westward. Ginger. Shit.
Dude, Ginger. Now that's the best one that you mentioned so far outside of Hanabi.
I'm actually Stabbing Westward kind of intrigues me because that's really awesome that they're still playing. That's a very underrated band.
They are. I had they had a couple pretty decent hits, and I thought the one album was great, and then I went back and they have like 6 albums, and they're all freaking really good.
They're all good. Yeah. It's like I don't know, like a different version of Nine Inch Nails. I guess is the best way to describe it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, it's in that vein of music, definitely.
Yeah.
Electric Callboy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Electric Callboy's playing.
Yeah, it was a pretty
Static X. Show. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Static X. Wayne Static's dead, yeah?
Yeah, I think one of them, yeah.
I didn't listen to them.
The whole thing.
Yeah, he passed away.
So there's an He finally got to him.
All right, guys. I'm sorry. The stream is like crashing hardcore. So let's go
Bye.
ahead and
It's
end
fine.
this,
We're over
guys.
2 hours. We can just
Yeah.
say peace.
You guys have a good one. I will be posting up the stream later. It'll be up on the listening platforms before anything else. But just look out for the stream if you guys want to watch back later, which will be full quality version because we're recording these. And that'll be the
he'll
better
be running
version.
it through his flip phone.
Yeah. All right. You have a good one, guys. See ya.
Adios, everybody.
Oh shit, dude. Next time I'll just stay on the Ethernet. I guess that didn't. It worked for a while until the end there.
Yeah.
Started losing all of our viewers.